So that's the
Welcome to the Victor Irish Senior Nationals 2025. We're here at the Sport Ireland National Indoor Arena. Over the coming hours, we're going to broadcast all 5 finals on Badminton Ireland TV. It's already been a very brilliant week for badminton, for Irish badminton. We've had Nat the Win already win bronze at the BWF World Circuit, and today we look to hope to continue that success with our national finals. First up, we've got the men's singles between D.NOBLE and M.CHEUNG. So without any further ado, I'll hand over to our commentary team in D.MAGEE and M.RYAN.
You're very welcome to our live stream here from the National Indoor Arena. We're delighted to bring you the 2025 National Finals. Players just about to come on court here, and it's M.CHEUNG and D.NOBLE. So co-commentating with me today, we have our Irish Under-19 coach, M.RYAN. Aisling, delighted to be here. Are you looking forward to the finals today?
Good afternoon, everyone. Really looking forward to the finals this afternoon. Lots of new faces into different finals, so I'd say some very excited younger players looking forward to contesting for their first national senior title.
Yeah, and it's an exciting one here. 2 young guys up for the opening final. D.NOBLE, the youngest of the 2, and M.CHEUNG. Both players just transitioning into their senior badminton. Dylan was playing the under-19s at the European Championships, which you were away with as the team coach. And they had a very smooth way to the finals. If you look at D.NOBLE and his opening round, he played Robbie Frost, a 21-7, 21-16 win. Followed that up with another comprehensive victory over Pranav Phil, winning 21-8, 21-12, and then defeating Adam McAllister, 3-time finalist here at the Nationals, 21-14, 21-15. Meanwhile, M.CHEUNG on the other side had 2 matches against brothers, Charan and Darren, winning those again comfortably in 2 sets. Tested in the quarterfinals up against Jack O'Brien, winning 21-16 in the 3rd game there. And a really solid semi-final this morning where Sean Patrick Loretta put up a really good fight with the match going towards Matthew, 21-16, 21-16. Aisling, I'm going to get you to call this one.
I have been away with both players on different trips in the last number of years. 2 great competitors, 2 very experienced underage players. Really excited to see now what they produce in their first senior final.
Yeah, so if you look at Dylan first, 18 years of age, he's 16 on the senior ranking at the minute, and his previous best here was a semi-final, and that was last year, where he lost out to Nat the Win. So no shame in that loss, but Dylan has really stepped up this year and has been really solid on his way to the final. On the other end, we have M.CHEUNG, 19 years of age, 26 on the senior ranking, and again, Irish Under-19 Open champion in 2023. Very experienced junior athlete and now transitioning into senior, and this is his first senior final. So if you had to call a winner, Aisling?
I would say hoping for a great game, hoping both boys put up a great fight. Matthew has a lot of, I suppose, international senior experience this year, so maybe that might go in his favour. But again, Dylan played really well on the junior international scene, so maybe with Matthew's senior experience, maybe this one.
M.CHEUNG.
Yeah, it should be a really close matchup. And, as you said, both of these players have been playing internationally. Dylan on under-19 circuit and Matthew this year on the senior circuit. So they won't be faced by this situation or this
Service over, 1
setting.
love.
So let's see who comes out on top here. Fantastic rally to kick
Service
off here.
over, 1-all.
Desire very evident from both boys here. They know it's a great chance to take the senior national title.
Yes, obviously Nat Nguyen not here this weekend. Had a really good run, reaching the semi-finals of the Thailand Masters 300. So it opens up the draw, and it's great that these young players have taken that opportunity to make the final.
2-1.
And I think have showed their desire throughout the tournament as well. Like as we saw their results in the lead up to this final.
Another
Service
very
over,
cagey rally. Both
2-all.
players choosing to hit the shuttle around the court, not initiating too much pace, and it was Matthew who was the first one to really try and switch up the pace, and that really worked well for him. Rally here.
Great range of shots being shown from both boys.
What we saw there from Dylan was good variation.
Service over,
the
3-2.
But then he has that little bit of extra height, a little bit extra reach, so he's trying to create angles on his drops. Not going for the big power smash, giving Matthew an opportunity to counter. He was just patient in that rally. So it'll be interesting to see if this is an approach that Dylan takes throughout the match.
Varying the pace a bit more in this rally as opposed to the first few opening rounds.
Yeah, that time he opened up with the smash early in the rally, and maybe not as patient as the first three, but it'll be interesting to see if Matthew is going to continue with this counter style, or is he going to become more aggressive as the game goes on. But 3-3 as we stand.
Four,
started with the spin and then the little fade. I think that's going to be key here, Ashley, in that whoever's earliest on the net is going to gain that big advantage in this game.
And using their deception when they do get into that net.
Service over, 4-all.
Simple without the backhand side.
Two experienced players sitting in Matthew's corner there. Also, his alpha teammate supporting him.
Yeah, former men's singles national winner Tony Stevenson and Ryan Stewart, who will be in the mixed doubles final later today.
5-4.
Dylan, the first of two nobles that we'll see in the singles finals today. So Sophia will also compete in the final later, where she takes on M.SHOCHAN. Sophia will be targeting a third national title, and this will be a first for Dylan if he can get the win today. Dylan really finding good length off the net, and again he was really early on the shuttle every time at the front of the court. Matthew in that late drag position, giving an opportunity for Dylan to open up with his big attack. And when the shuttle is short, Dylan has that put away power.
Absolutely, and the angle he can generate as well.
Yeah, it's great to have that variation, to be able to open up and hit, and then being able to create the angles.
Challenged some excellent players at the European Juniors in the team event in his singles. D.NOBLE.
Yeah, and he had a good matchup with the seeded opposition in the individual event as well. You see some positive play when you were away, Ashley?
Absolutely. I mean, very competitive Irish players, very competitive. Unlucky in some games. I mean, a lot of three-setters. Very professional, the team that were abroad, which is great to see. Definitely think the work that's been done in the pubs and the training setups, they were a credit to their coaches.
Good body attack there by Dylan. Just we were talking about him just varying it with the clears and the cuts that time. It goes hard onto the body. Matthew wasn't prepared for it. Oh, but definitely the early signs so far is that Dylan has settled into the game just a little bit better than Matthew.
Showing great maturity as well on court. I think he's settling himself very well. Very positive, confident. As he did in his semi this morning. I think it's also been a while since the two boys were on court. Their semi, I think, was the second of the games, so they've have had a bit of a wait. Maybe finding the court may have changed a little bit since they were on it earlier, but doing very well now.
Yeah, and again, Matthew has had good luck with that shot earlier in the game where he holds and fades just to the front of the court. But again, for me, it's who's early on the tape, who's creating these winners, and Matthew has been good at varying at the front of the court. Dylan's been good at overhead shots.
7,
we're starting to see Matthew become a bit more aggressive.
Dylan.
It's interesting the difference here between the body language. Dylan has been quite calm, quite cool. Matthew has been the more vocal to start the game.
And sometimes you do find players, if they do just give that shout, it nearly settles them a little bit. It's nearly like the nerves leaving their body.
Yeah, just open up, hit one or two big smashes and...
Called in.
Service over, 9-7.
Close one. Who'd be a line judge, Aisling, huh?
Oh. Great to have so many line judges volunteering here today. It really does make it so much easier on the players.
Yeah, and two very experienced court officials here. We've got Michael O'Mara sitting on the umpire chair, and we've got Carol Farrell sitting on the service judge chair. So huge experience there, and you know, Carol's been involved in the World Tour for a long time, and two great officials to kick off her
10-7.
Again, Matthew looking on the backcourt to see if it was in or out, but that was close one again, Ashley.
Very tight, but I suppose this is why these two boys are in this final today. You know, they can hit tight, they can play lines. It's
so far, what I've
11-7 interval,
and it seems to be his game plan is pressing Matthew into the rear corners. Matthew taking everything quite late at the minute at the backcourt. So Dylan has stepped up. He's been aggressive coming forward. So in the mid-game interval, Dylan not working with the coach today, and Matthew working with Tony Stevenson. Tony, a very experienced player. He was in 2 semi-finals himself today in the doubles and the mixed. So a wealth of knowledge there.
absolutely, they're the type of people you want coming out to you at 11.
20 seconds.
Back in 2015, Tony took the men's singles title in an era where Scott Evans had went up to 2013, followed by Johnny Dolan in 2014. Tony came in, took a title in 2015 before
11-7.
joined the party
Went
and
on a run.
and has gone on a run of wins. But yeah, great to have a person with that experience giving you some advice at 11. Good idea by Matthew to try and switch up the pace. Dylan happy just to control the rally, moved Matthew along. So a 5-point lead, 12-7. Dylan Noble looking very comfortable out there.
Dylan Noble in his leaving cert year this year. Commissioned to studies and his badminton. players managing their education and their badminton.
At the minute, Matthew early on the net every time. Dylan quite happy to lift off the
Service
net. And the
over,
first time he
8,
actually goes to
12.
challenge back, he makes a mistake. So interesting. It's going to take a good bit of energy for Matthew to keep hitting down and being early in the net, and that's what he's going to need to do. It'll be interesting to see if Dylan continues to play to the rear court or whether he looks to challenge more at the front.
There's a challenge.
Service over, 13-8.
Again, looking to attack, looking to take the net, but just a little bit fatigued looking with that shot.
Maybe took it a little bit low to spin it there.
Yeah, Matthew has to try and make sure that when he's coming in playing those shots that he's not giving away cheap points like that, because Dylan at the minute is retrieving any of the attacks that he's making. Very unlucky from Dylan there. Great
Service
deception,
over,
held
9,
and sent Matthew
13.
the wrong way, but a little bit of luck for Matthew this time. So 4 points in it now, 9-13. Dylan was unsure about that one.
Play let,
It
please.
was a close one.
Play let, please. Line judge is unsighted, I can't call it. Play let. No, she went like that. Play let.
I think it's a let because the line judge was unsighted. Initially, it looked like the call was made as in,
In, sorry, yeah.
but once the umpire had asked
Service
for
over,
a second opinion, he
14-9.
may have been unsighted on that call. So Dylan takes the point, 14-9 now. Back to his 5-point lead.
Dylan looking very calm even on defense, he's just confident in his defense.
Yeah, and despite Matthew being early on the net, each
15,
time, Dylan is
9.
actually getting it right to the back line, and Matthew is doing the right thing. He's opening up and hitting his attack, but again, if you continue to play attack, spin net, attack, spin net, it does take its toll on you, it will wear you down. So Dylan at the minute playing the right tactic. Oh, great deception there from Matthew.
Service over,
Lovely
10-15.
fade. Just showed that he was going to play long corner, and the last second stopped the shot. So here we go, 15-10.
Oh! 11-15.
Interestingly there, Matthew changing it up a little bit. He was opening up with the clears, playing to the long corners as opposed to
Yeah.
attacking and then spin net. So he will need to vary it a little bit if he's to conserve energy throughout the game, so that he's not just attacking all the time and Dylan just then countering him, playing to the back line and then opening up with the big smashes himself or the angles. So it'll be interesting to see does Matthew start to vary now a little bit. I'm thinking maybe he was attacking so much because he's afraid of Dylan's attack, but let's see. Great move by Dylan.
Service over, 16-11.
Matthew quite late playing the drags and Dylan early on the net.
17.
Another close
11.
one, not going Matthew's way.
Very tight again.
Same shot again, Ashley.
I nearly moved with it myself.
12-17.
Dylan struggling to read that one. It just looks like he's going to play long to the front corner, stops it, and then just changes the direction. So it's been a shot that's worked well for him throughout this game so far.
Yeah, quickly, yeah.
Both guys just needing a quick towel down here, but a perspiration going on court.
Play in all games has been very smooth today. Not too many interruptions, not too many delays.
Yeah, moving on quite well. The court officials have done a great job of keeping the matches. That's maybe a little bit of
13-17.
passive from Dylan. You see he played that hairpin drop and allowed Matthew just in it to take the tape and to spin, because he was in quite a good position where he could have played neutral, or he could have done something more with the shuttle. Yeah, again the body shot. Matthew not being ready.
Service over. 18-13.
Looks a bit frustration after that as well.
So we're back to that 5-point cushion. Oh, wasted opportunity.
Service over. 14-18.
And then he paused just before he hit it.
Yeah, and before maybe 2 rallies ago, you saw where he came in and turned a quick net like that. But he is nice and early on the net, and that's really positive sign from Dylan.
15-18.
First time we've kind of seen Matthew breaking that 5-point lead now, only within 3 points. Coming towards the end of the first game, that's a good time to close it in. Oh, well held, Dylan. Matthew used the body attack and again followed up with a good body attack onto Dylan's shoulder, but Dylan has a really strong arm. In that type of flat, fast play, he can get out of trouble a lot. I don't know if you've seen much of that when you were away at the Europeans or not. But
the body attack, he's ready for it, you know, and he can nearly counter-attack off it very well at times.
Good defense from Dylan again. Oh, again, Dylan stepping forward, trying to be proactive, taking the net early, but Matthew actually sensing that and playing over the top.
20 game
But
point.
we're back to that 5-point cushion,
15.
and it's a game point for D.NOBLE here in the opening game. There we are, 21-15 opening game to D.NOBLE, and
First game won by
you would have to
D.NOBLE.
say, Ashley, he played the
21-15.
better of the two in that opening game.
Yeah, and he looks confident. He's just making good decisions. Even there were a few there that didn't come off for him, but they were, you know, good choices. And yeah, just looks strong and confident, very comfortable on defense as well as the attack.
Yeah, great maturity for a player who's 18 years of age. You know, out there, no coach, doing it himself. He's showing really good signs here to start off the match. I know that he's an athlete who likes to do a lot of work in different areas of the game, and he's done a lot of work on psychology with the psychologist that we've used in Badminton Ireland, Paul Hearn, and these little, 2-3%, they all add up when it comes to finals like this.
And there's been great opportunities for the junior players coming through in the last couple of years to avail of these kind of things, and it is making a difference. It is making us competitive in Europe again. It's just great to see when it comes together like that, those supports and things for the players.
Yeah, and Matthew there again getting that little bit of advice from Tony and Ryan. It'll be interesting to see, does he switch something up now in the second game?
We did see a bit of a difference in his play after the 11 when coach came on. Will there be another big change here?
Yeah, because he did start poorly in the opening game, and he did close the game back. But it'll be interesting to see now in this game what way it works, and does Dylan continue to be early on the net?
20 seconds,
continue to
seconds.
press Matthew to the rear corners, because Matthew's attack hasn't really put a dent into Dylan so far. Maybe he needs to, like, you know, create some more angles rather than use the full smash. Again, like I said earlier, like when he's using that full smash and coming and spinning, it again takes energy away from you. So here we go, game number 2.
One love.
And it's Dylan who's got the lead here to start. Yeah.
2 love.
It was Matthew that time that who varied the play so you know, so well with the clear, and he set up a very easy cross smash winner, but unfortunately not able to
capitalise on it on that occasion.
Yeah, and again at the start of the rally, you see him, he's lifting off the table as opposed to spinning, so maybe a new idea. Yeah, lift again.
Service over.
That time
1-2.
That time Dylan was early on the net, choosing to play the cross, but could have played straight, just kept it simple, but unlucky not to build that 3-point lead.
Almost like he changed his mind a little bit about the shot.
A great gift from Matthew. But Dylan again, nice and positive every time, staying forward.
Service over.
Especially on the drag, he's really putting pressure.
Matthew needs to really get the energy up at this point of the game. Dylan now seeing that lead again after winning the first. He'll start to really ramp it up. So he just can't afford to let him get too much of a lead in this game. Excellent net from Matthew.
Service over. 2-3.
Excellent, nice and early on the tape. But actually, throughout the rally, Matthew looked quite late in the rear corners. So again, able to win that front court exchange.
Maybe there's something to do with that corner at that side. Both boys seem to.
Yes, yeah, they're both leaving it and around the head corner.
And actually in the semis and the doubles today, you could see a few players as well misjudging it just a little bit.
But again, a nice variation from Matthew, because he'd win 2 in a row with the backhand spin and then just held it with the backhand spin and flicked.
5-3.
Just seeing a few errors starting to creep into Dylan's game now. It's the first time Matthew has led throughout the match. 5-3. Let's see now how Dylan deals with Matthew coming and taking the lead. Yeah, again, varying it with the flick. And the softer shot to open up the rally.
Yeah, straight reverse, possibly the first we've seen in the game.
Yeah. Again, maybe a sign that he's now starting to get a bit more confident.
Yeah.
Oh, missed it. Again, that little hold and then the flick into the corner, creating that short lift for him.
Quickly, yeah.
I guess national finals, maybe that's why a little bit at the start we're seeing Matthew using all the time power, not using the slices and cuts, because we know he can do them and he's a very technical player.
Yes.
So that will stand to him in this game, because Dylan being that little bit of a taller frame, if he's not having to get down for the shuttle, he'll be comfortable and he can counter attack. But if Matthew's starting to play with a bit of angle, then Dylan has to work a lot more.
Speaking of angle, there was a lovely example of it.
Yeah, that's that's the style I would like to see Dylan use a lot more, because he's got the height, he's got the range, and he's got the forearm strength. And you've seen there just that reach, bang, cross court, a shot that the Alexander Antonsen and these guys are using so well these days, just to mix it up.
And nearly holding it quite late, like it's last second kind of stuff.
Thank you.
Puts that grain of doubt in your opponent's mind.
Yeah, so 2 points in it now. Both players looking settled, so
a lot more comfortable than the start of the first set, both of them. And probably the boys' domestic ranking probably doesn't do them justice.
Yeah, as you highlighted earlier, like both of them are playing a lot more international competitions as opposed to the domestic scene. And in the 2024, it was 4 last 16s in under-19 circuit events for D.NOBLE. So started off Spanish junior, last 16, Bulgarian junior, Irish under-19, and the Belgian junior. He also reached last 16. So consistently, you know, showing that he's one of those top 16 boys in Europe in the under-19 circuit. Likewise, Matthew's been busy in 2024 playing international senior competitions. Even this year, he had a good run in that Iceland Open, playing 2 matches, getting through qualifying, and having a good run against the seed at that tournament.
And getting his first senior team call-up this year before Christmas.
Yeah, so both guys are busy on the international scene, so maybe that's why their domestic ranking isn't as high as what it should be.
9-5.
Dylan was unlucky there, did everything right, came early, pressed the net, but just carried it a little bit too far.
Probably the right shot choice in that situation as well, just long.
So now it's Matthew with a little bit of cushion, a little bit of breathing room, 4 points.
10-5
there starting to creep into Dylan's game. But a good final so far.
Great to see. Just both boys going for it. You know, what you want is both players to perform in a situation like this, to give the best badminton they can give, and I think both boys have in certain parts of this game.
And that shot again from Dylan.
6, 10.
Again, it's that shorter, snappier action. It's so dangerous. And Matthew has to be careful. If he's going to play with pace into the corners, he has to try and go over Dylan. If he tries to go through him like that, Dylan's got too much reach, and he's got that strong forearm to create those angles.
His racket is ready today. We saw that when he was, tackling, when his body was being attacked. His racket seems to be.
Service over, 11-6.
Just a few on first years creeping into Dylan's game now that Matthew has the lead, and maybe in both games, the player that has had the lead has looked more comfortable. Yeah. And it's almost, both times it's been unforced errors rather than winners that have given the guys the lead. So it'll be interesting to see now as the game goes on who can be more consistent and who is comfortable to vary their shots, to use the cuts, use the slices, use the holds at the front and open up with the flicks.
20 seconds. 20
very
seconds.
Dominant first game from Dylan, but Matthew looking in control again now in the second game.
Change. 11-6. Play.
And we were saying about Dylan and Sophia both making the final of the singles. The dad John also is a Masters player and features in the Masters National, so I'm not sure if he's entered or not this year, but it'll be interesting to see if there will be another national title going home to
the Noble House,
the Noble House next week. So yeah, and
it's great to see there are so many families in Ireland and that are so involved in badminton, and it's just fantastic to see the range of age groups, that are there. You can be a national champion in so many ways, I suppose, in Irish badminton. You have your graded events, you have your Masters events, you have our national senior, you have our underage events, and the popularity of badminton, I think, is just grown so much, even post-COVID. It's just brilliant to see. Brilliant. I know even at home, our own club, I mean, our membership's nearly doubled in the last couple of years. We're a one-court hall, and you know, I think other one-court halls are in a similar position as well.
Yeah, and we talk about families because even Matthew's sister Ella Chung, who former gymnast now, who plays and competes on the underage domestic scene, a very good player as well. So seems to be a lot of brothers and sisters involved in the game and families, which is great to see.
No more than your own family. I actually had a question during the week when I told one of my players that I was commentating. How many titles have the McGees all together? National titles.
That's a good question. I'll have to go to the stat book for that one. Yeah, again, Matthew now varying it so well. Dylan just pace has dipped. Even in his body language, just doesn't look as confident. I'm not sure if it's a case of he's parking this game saying, okay, I'll save my energy for the third, or is it a case of he's just lost
17-6.
And maybe with the change in style or maybe tactic from Matthew, maybe he ran out of an idea there as to how to play him.
Yeah, and Matthew opened up this game, has looked a lot more confident, has played with way more variation, not just using the big smash all the time, and that's created trouble for Dylan, and he's going to have to try and find a solution to that in the third. Well, it looks like it's going to be a third game. I do think though we'll see a different approach in the third game for Dylan. I think he's kind of settled that this game is gone now, and he's going to be in the third game for a fight for a national title. But Matthew's confidence is really starting to build now.
20
how
game
many
points.
lifts have we seen out the back from Dylan on this side? Not sure if there is a difference or if it's slightly quicker on this side of the court, but and likewise we've seen shuttles lifted and landing in that people have left from the other side, so maybe it is just a little
change of ends might suit him.
Second game won by Matthew Chung, 21-6.
1 game Dylan and 21-6 to Matthew, and we're in a third game in our first of our national finals here. So here we go. Again, Tony nice and relaxed, and I think that's his playing style and coaching style. Just giving Matthew a few words of advice, and we'll see how Dylan comes out. Does he change his game plan now for the deciding game? So a number of sponsors there supporting the event. We've got Victor and the Carton of Blanchardstown. Big supporters of the Irish Nationals.
And the arena looking fantastic today. The events committee did a fantastic job on it.
Yeah, a lot of hard work going in behind the scenes there from Greg Farrell and his team, getting the hall set up. And of course we have to give the man beside us here a shout out, Phil McCone, who is always getting these streams up and running for us, and Conor Doherty as well. You've seen some new introductions this year with their new overlays, and these things are adding to the event each year, and they're putting in a huge effort to continue to improve our streaming, and I think it's starting to really become some of the best streams out there.
20 seconds.
Absolutely, and you could even see the athletics is taking place next door today, and an awful lot of the participants coming in here to watch a bit of badminton.
So you're saying we might have a few crossovers?
Yeah, might convert a few, yeah.
Final game.
But very impressed by the setup. I heard when I was outside earlier that you know, they're very impressed by the streaming, the setup, which is great for us as a sport.
Pace coming up here. Both boys wanting to stamp their authority early. Good challenge from Dylan on the full court. Interestingly, not opening up the big smash. Just patient. We asked the question, is there a difference in size? Because again, we saw Dylan lift a number of shots out, and then funnily enough, Matthew again just didn't seem to put too much on that clear, but long at the back. Dylan's starting to read that fade from Matthew now. Cool. I guess that's the big advantage if you are playing with a little bit of a drift, that when you open up your attack, it has that little bit of extra speed on it.
The training centre plays the opposite way in this hall, so the boys do have to get used to this, the mats being this way, I suppose.
Yeah, there is a, like, if you're looking at it from Matthew Cheung's side here, there is a slight left to right drift. So he needs to be careful on the forehand side if he's smashing down the line. And likewise, Dylan, if he's smashing from the round ahead side, it does carry a little bit left to right. And you know, we've played nationals here before, where the courts are the other format, where they're going long ways. And then it's a case of one side plays faster than the other, but not as big a drift as the big arenas out there on the World Tour, but certainly something that the players have to take into account. Again.
3-1.
A number of lifts going out that back line.
And Dylan staying calm in those situations. He's not, I suppose, getting too excited and just hitting those ones. He's letting them drop out.
Service over. 2-3.
Yeah, and again, like if you're coaching here now and you're noticing this, you would be encouraging Dylan, just take your net, let Matthew try and control that lift, because if he's struggling to keep it in, then it starts to become an issue where you're afraid to give away the lift, and if he's given it short, Dylan will definitely put it on the floor. So it'll be interesting to see if Dylan can take that approach, take the net and force Matthew to make those unforced errors. Matthew investing a lot of energy now with that attack.
Service over.
Again, you can see 2-3 times smash net, but it was always par.
Yeah.
So he needs to be careful that he doesn't
wear himself out, I suppose, a little bit with that.
unforced errors from Matthew. Now Dylan just having a little bit of a cushion 2-point lead here.
Service over. Score 5.
Yeah, it looked like his first instinct was to go up and go around the head.
Yep.
Then maybe thought was out and then had to take it late. So misjudgment, but a nice cheap point for Matthew. He'd be delighted to get it at this point of the game. Dylan's angles from the back of the court now starting to really work well. Late take from Dylan, unsure. Oh, it's a great net. Great from the boys.
One of the few cross nets we've seen this game.
I felt that Matthew needed to do that earlier in the rally. He just was opening up with a full attack, but he wasn't going anywhere through Dylan. And funnily enough, in the first one where he is a little bit more brave and takes on the angle, he creates the winner. But I guess also hitting that big attack does make your opponent step back because they know they can't come forward. And then the cut created the winner.
Fight.
And I just seen Nat Nguyen arrive in the arena there, just back literally from Thailand. So he's coming to see who's going to take his crown today.
And great to see him come back in, you know, had a fantastic run in Thailand. It was one of his games in 97 minutes.
Yeah, he would have hoped to come here to retain his title and
Yeah.
take another win, but when he reached the semi-finals, he wasn't being able to get home in time. So it's given both these boys an opportunity now to
Service over.
become a
6
first ever
all.
national winner for them, and it would be nice for not to see a young guy take this title.
He was a young player himself when he won it first.
Yeah, one of the youngest, I believe, along with Liam Kiley, who was a young 14, 15-year-old winning a senior title. So we've had a couple early winners. A tired mistake, possibly. Aisling, what do you think?
I think maybe a bit deflated off that neck cord in one of the previous rallies. Hoping for one himself maybe there, but fell back his way. Lovely net challenge again.
It'll be interesting to see, does this side make a big change,
Service over.
because
7
both
all.
players look much more comfortable
Yeah.
on the side that Dylan's on. So Dylan potentially may need to build up a bigger lead here.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't start to build that, and Matthew gets that same confidence as he got when he switched sides last time, he really could be in trouble.
Yeah.
And again, we're going to see which one of these athletes manages their energy in this third game, because you know it's been a long enough match here, 42 minutes so far, 7-all in the third game, and you know they haven't had so many hard games coming through. Matthew did have that 3 game against Jack O'Brien, but
Service
let's
over. 8-7.
Dylan solely focused on his singles for this tournament, and Matthew may have played a doubles yesterday as well. But I think singles for both these boys is probably their first priority.
wow, great recovery from Matthew Chung. Big point, that one, Ashley.
Service over.
Gave
8
Dylan an opportunity
all.
to just get a bit of a cushion, but Matthew really worked hard. The cross clear followed by that dig out at the front of the court. Very impressive. Dylan didn't do a lot wrong there.
No, just that last shot.
Play.
Matthew did not give up.
Fault. Service over.
This is the replay here.
9-8.
Yes, great call. Just clipped the net,
Well observed.
and no argument from Matthew, so I think he was aware that he hit the net as well. Really good officiating there from Michael Mara on the chair. Oh. Yeah, great angle from Dylan.
10.
I actually felt that maybe he should open up with a big smash, but that's why maybe I was a doubles player and he's a singles player, because the angle worked really well. 2-point lead now. That's the first time we've seen a bit of a cushion here for Dylan. But straight away back
Service
to
over.
9-10.
9-10.
Very soft error, that one from Dylan.
Yeah.
There was no real pressure on him. It was just a simple flat lift from Matthew into the round the head side. So 9-10. Who's going to have the lead at the interval? Great angle.
Reverse, kind of a half stick reverse there. There was good power on it.
Yeah, half reverse from smash, a little bit of deception. The shot that we've seen Dylan do so well throughout the game. So we're going to have a little court clean down here with Dylan diving and the sweat going all over the court.
Okay. Thank you.
Both guys looking a little fatigued now, but as we said, like, we're 45 minutes of play.
Pushing
and
each other hard in the rallies.
Yeah, 10-10.
That deception that both of them can
Gotcha.
play with really
Nice.
takes its toll on your legs. You know you're going one way and never mind mentally.
Service over. 11-9.
So 11-9 interval here,
Change ends.
and it's Dylan Noble who has the lead.
Line judges.
Both boys looking calm.
Yeah, just wherever you think. Wherever you think. Not the whole court, just the spots. Okay.
I've given us a very entertaining final so far.
Yeah, very even one so far, and
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
just Dylan has that 2-point cushion.
20 seconds.
Quite
20
close in
seconds.
age, would have played each other in underage events the whole way up. So probably very familiar with each other.
You ready? 11-9. Play.
Crucial
Service
to
over.
get that first point, Ashley.
10-11.
Positive start there.
Yeah, when you come out of the interval and someone has got a 2-point lead, if you let them get 1-2 points, suddenly the game can slip away from you.
You're looking to be proactive here at this time in the game.
And we'll see now again with Matthew being back on this side. Can Dylan control his lifts? Can he control his clears? Or will he start to give away those errors? Going for the full attack again.
Great retrieval by Matthew there again.
So 2 points closed off, 11-11. All to play for here in the final game. A bit short on the lift there from Dylan. Interestingly, Dylan now is starting to use more power.
Yeah.
Good angle that time.
Incredible fitness by both boys as well.
Service over.
Grueling game.
12.
This men's singles.
11.
Spin by Matthew, just falling short. But Dylan again was nice and early on the net. He was ready to hunt it down. Good lift from Matthew.
Both boys look much more comfortable lifting on that side. Matthew is on.
13-11.
Short, you could see there from the replay.
Dylan was up quick to it.
Yeah, and again, you can't play short on Dylan if he's got power
Right.
as well as those angles from the height that he has. Matthew going for angle this time. Oh, just a little tire mistake there.
11.
So there we go. First time we've seen a 3-point cushion in his final game. Short flick from Dylan.
Service over. 12.
Matthew just
14.
using that stick action, so 12-14.
Quick rotation of the racket there to get that angle. The height, great height in his jump too.
Again, just using that straight soft shot. Soft
Service
mistake from
over.
Matthew there.
Yeah.
15.
You could see
12.
the frustration on his face there.
Oh, Matthew lucky to get away with that because it was a really short lift. Good retrieval from Dylan. Fantastic rally, and then Matthew committing. Dylan just blocking. He needed that one, and he got it.
No, stay on court.
16-12.
What a block.
4-point lead from Dylan, and Dylan has stayed nice and
Play.
calm throughout this third game. Very even up until the mid-game interval. Now he's just gone and opened up his
17,
attack.
12.
Now he's on the closing points here. 17-12.
That 5-point keeps cropping up again, that 5-point lead for both of them.
Yeah.
We saw it in the first set, we saw it in the second set for Matthew when he pulled away. We're seeing it here for Dylan.
now it's just a matter of
18,
Dylan
12.
staying calm in his
Yep.
final few points when he has an opportunity to take a national title. Could be a big moment for him.
He has been so mature in this game, so calm.
And again, Matthew leaving.
19,
So that's now
12.
a 7-point lead. Dylan really closing in here.
Fault.
And that's it now, 20-12.
20, match point, 12.
A very mature performance from Dylan throughout the game.
Absolutely.
Good attack from Matthew.
Service
Not giving
over.
up just yet.
13, 20.
Interestingly, in the third game, this time Dylan controlling his lifts much better, controlling his net much better.
And what we said or thought was a trickier side.
Game.
Yeah, and there it is. Dylan Noble has taken a national title, and that was a fantastic performance from the young man. He played really well throughout and
Never panicked.
yeah, controlled the hall very well. Varied the lifts,
Match won by
varied the
Dylan
attack.
Noble.
So
21,
a nice
15,
win there for Dylan,
6,
and a big moment for
21,
the 18-year-old.
13.
But a great first match to start off the
The day for us.
Yeah.
Or the set of finals.
So there we go, opening final, 21-15, 21-6 to Matthew, and a 21-13 final game win for Dylan Noble. So first of our national champions crowned for the day, and it's 18-year-old Dylan Noble. And the next final up that we have will be the women's doubles today. So we'll see another family involved, where it's the two Woods sisters, Paige and Rachel Woods, up against O.FLYNN and M.RYAN. Going to be switching over here, and we'll be getting an interview with our newly crowned national champion Dylan Noble.
Okay, I'm here with Dylan Noble, men's singles national champion. Talk me through how your emotions are after that match.
Oh, I'm so nervous at the start, but I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I can't really believe it, but I'm really delighted, really proud of myself. So yeah.
And 3-set match, really tight the whole way through. Matthew played excellent in that second set. What did you have to do to get yourself back into the game and then push on to win that third?
I think in the second set, I didn't get the rhythm at the start. I was 11-6 behind, so I was like, see how it goes after 11, but it didn't really pan out in the second. So I was like, conserve my energy and then go full out in the third. It paid off, obviously, so more energy.
And what does it mean for you to win a nationals title? You've seen your sister do it the last 2 years, now you've got your own.
Oh, it's amazing. I must one up her, but yeah, no, it feels amazing, especially hopefully she can do it again, but yeah, it's really good. Both of us have won it, so it's an amazing feeling, to be honest.
Well, congratulations, and we'll hand it back over to our commentary team for the women's doubles final.
Thank you.
We're back here after the men's singles, and Dylan Noble, newly crowned champion, chatting to our events lead, Conor Doherty. Fantastic opening game there, Aisling, and we've got another exciting match coming up now in the ladies doubles. So this one, you're maybe a little biased, no? So we've got O.FLYNN and M.RYAN, #1 seeds, up against last year's finalists, I believe.
Silver medalists from last year, yeah.
Paige Woods and Rachel Woods. Again, I know you've been on trips with all of these players and you'll be familiar with them all, and I guess it's going to be a really exciting final.
I think the women's doubles this year was, I mean, there's been so many three-setters even en route to this final. You know, really great fight. I think everyone kind of felt, you know, we have a great chance here. yesterday, I think the Woods sisters may have been involved in an opening round 3-setter, as were Orla and Moya. They faced the reigning champions in their first round, and I mean, it was a thrilling game, 22-20 in the third. Fantastic badminton to watch, as was the Woods sisters' opening round as well. And I think in their second round they faced another one of their sisters, Chloe Woods.
Yeah, it was an interesting one. The two sisters coming up against their sister Chloe, along with Roshi McKenna. Eugene McKenna, we know, is a former national champion here, and his daughter Roisin is someone who has made big leaps forward. Was away with you at the European trip, and I know her and Paige partnered up there and had a number of team wins earlier on in the tournament. So some great depth in the women's doubles category, it has to be said.
And Rachel and Paige, forgive me if I do say Rebecca and Rachel at times. I have had Rachel and Rebecca on trips, the twins having played together previously, and this year it's lovely to see, and last year Rachel and Paige pairing up.
Yeah, no, the Woods have such a rich history in badminton, and they've all performed so well, and they're underage national title winners, and now both of them on the hunt for a senior title. And if we take a look now at the stats on the way to the final, we had Paige and Rachel, as you said, some great games. They came up against Laura Heary and Nicole Joy in opening round. 21-17, 23-21, 21-17, not your easiest way to the final, that one. As you mentioned then, they came up against Roisin McKenna and Chloe Woods, and it was 21-15, 21-10 in the
all alpha quarter-final.
Then in the semi-final against Ruth Kilkenny and Jenny King, Ruth and Jenny, 10 national titles between them in women's doubles. 3 from Ruth and 7 from Jenny, but the girls again look quite comfortable there. 21-9, 21-11. On the other side of the draw, we had Orla Flynn and M.RYAN. That unbelievable match that you talked about in the quarter-final against the reigning champions, Kate Frost's female. Well, that one could have went either way. 22-20 in the third game, cracking quarter-final match.
And I think in the third set there may have been, I think it might have been 18-16. There was a 78-shot rally.
Wow. Hopefully we'll see a few more of those in this. And then in the semi-final, up against Chloe McGreen and Michelle Shulkin, two great up-and-coming young players. Michelle, of course, will feature in the women's singles final later today. So it's all set to be a fantastic final. And you know, the Woods are out there after last year reaching the final, hoping to change that silver to gold. Moya and Orla, first time playing together here, and they'll be hoping to take their first national title as a pairing.
Yeah.
So here we are, ages. Orla 22, Moya 26, ranked number 1 and number 2 in the Irish rankings. Women doubles national titles. Orla took 1 title along with Jenny King in the women's doubles, and Moya has had 2 titles, I believe both of those with Kate Frost.
Yes.
So she has 2 women's doubles titles already, and 1 for Orla. Meanwhile, the Woodses, so they're aged 23 and 18, Irish ranked 9 and 7. They do have multiple underage titles, Rachel and Paige.
And underage national caps.
And yeah, national caps, but this is them hunting now
on my
for the
left,
first national
Paige Woods
titles.
and Rachel Woods.
This should be a really interesting match.
Rachel Woods to serve to Orla Flynn.
Great to see Rachel back playing in Ireland. Returned last year, I think, after her studies in England.
Two very experienced court officials with Michael Farley in the service judge chair, and Seamus Halpin, who has been on the international scene doing some of the biggest finals of the world, taking the umpire's chair. So 2 very good court officials here to start off this game. And what a cracking rally to start.
1 love.
All 4 girls working hard there. And it was actually Orla and Moya who had the opportunity to take that opening point, but maybe just a little bit of a snatch from Orla. And again, it's natural in a national finals that maybe a little bit of nerves
2 love
at the start of the game. The one thing I found watching the 2 Woods girls playing in their opening round, and even today in the semi-final, is they're really good at pressing forward onto the front of the court. R.WOODS is going to have to be careful with their attack as they come forward, because they're both so good
Sharp.
at cutting out that front court. Sometimes the better option is to go over the top, where I would feel that R.WOODS and M.RYAN may have the strength at the rear court, so it should be a good balance of is it the Woods that control the front court and make the winners there, or when the rallies get opened up, is it R.WOODS and M.RYAN that come out top? But has the makings of a great final, and different styles, which is great to see.
Service over. 1-3.
Flick just gone long there. Paige had a very successful season last year on the domestic junior
Service
circuit,
over.
in mixed and doubles.
4-1.
Yeah, very versatile player.
Yeah.
Again, I think her game is all about that front court area, and she's so good at cutting out and coming forward onto the front court. And that's evident from when you see her on a mixed doubles court as well. She's so strong up at the front of the court.
Very comfortable up there. Always looking to intercept.
And
Powerful Rachel.
yeah, great power.
1.
Very athletic player, Rachel Woods.
Very successful player on the underage gold circuit in England when she was a junior player. A number of titles won there.
Service over. 2-6.
Yeah, the
Service
girls have
over.
been excellent so far.
Yeah.
Full out
7-2.
attack from Paige and Rachel, and both of them full energy. Both of them
Yeah.
creating great power, because the indoor arena it's not an easy hall to
No.
create big power in. It's big, it's open, but they've looked very strong throughout all of their rounds so far. Interestingly, R.WOODS and M.RYAN have been very much on defense so far.
8-2.
Close one there
I've
at the
seen it.
back.
Return to shuttle.
And a 6-point lead here for the
Maya.
Woods sisters.
Return to shuttle nicely. Return to shuttle nicely. Okay, okay.
Why not happy with the line call at the back?
Frustrated there.
8-2. Service over.
And now the girls going a bit more on attack, maybe out of frustration more than anything. But yeah,
Great angle generated from Orla there.
nice over the top.
4-8.
Held
And
it,
that's
pushed
the
it.
variation that we're talking about, because the Woods girls like to come forward so much.
Yeah.
They do leave some gaps at the back of the court, so they will have to be ready for the ones over the top when R.WOODS and M.RYAN use it. Such good movement from Paige Woods. Oh,
Sharp
Service
reminder then
over.
Rachel following up.
9-4.
Paige really deserved to win that rally from the opening shots that she played, and she made that move to the front, and then just a little bit too afraid to kill it because it was just hanging just so close to the net, but stayed calm, played the right shot. Just a little bit
Service
of a cheap
over.
one forced error there from Paige.
5-9.
So 4 points in this, 5-9. And again, R.WOODS choosing to go over the top, because you can see with both Rachel and Paige, they're very aggressive
Service
in their
over.
stance of return of serve,
10,
which I love to see. Nice
5.
and positive, nice and early, stepping up onto the front court. But it's been a really good display from the girls so far. Yeah.
11-5.
Push
Interval.
onto the body. M.RYAN not coming back to cover the cross, and just give that space for them to play through. But a really good return off the body. So again, we see Orla and Moya here. They don't have a coach, but on the other side we have Rachel and Paige being coached by their father, Trevor. Trevor, a very successful player in his own right.
Yes.
One of our first ever European junior medalists.
Mixed doubles discipline.
Yeah, back in 1975, Trevor
20
winning
seconds.
a bronze
20
medal.
seconds.
You brought one back with O'Flynn this year, but one of the first ever was Trevor Woods and Linda Andrews, who were the mixed doubles bronze medalists. And actually, when I was growing up, I used to play
11-5.
badminton, and back when I was playing, Trevor was still playing and playing at a very high level, but his wife Alison was also playing, and Alison was a fantastic badminton player as well.
6-11.
Mother, father,
very experienced.
the daughters, Rebecca, Chloe, so must have been fun at the Christmas time at that house playing some matches against each other.
Seven, 11.
Yeah, a bit more positive that time from Moya, where she's stepping in rather than just lifting and giving the girls the attack. Again, look at Rachel there, how early she is on that first shot. It's great to see.
Correction out. Service over. 12-7.
Rachel, in her last year of university, or second last year, was a European college champion with her university. Faced TUD, the Irish team.
Service over. 8-12.
Yeah, it was Nottingham University. She was representing, and she's had some great success there over in England as well.
Fantastic training setup there.
Nice variation on the defense from the girls, lifting left to right and then just opening up the space then just to play the simple feed onto the net.
Well picked out by Orla, the gap there.
Yeah, and I feel if the girls are to be successful, they're going to have, like this, they're going to have to open up the court, make the Woods come off the front court, because at the front court, Paige and Rachel will dominate the match. But that from Moya there, just taking out the pace, moving the shuttle side to side, making them work, is a much better tactic for Orla and Moya, where the Woods will try and keep it into the more attacking and try and bring the front court player more into the game. Again, you can see there, Paige making that really positive move onto the net. And this time the call going towards Orla and Moya. Paige a little bit unsure, so you've got to hope for the line calls. Actually,
trying to do the right things there as well. You know, it's great to see from an 18-year-old in a senior final.
Service over.
Again, good opening up the defense,
13,
doing all the right
11.
things, and then Orla just missing quite an easy mid-court smash. So 13-11, lead here for the Wood sisters.
Service over. 12-13.
It's such a fine margin. And again, it's 12-13, and a lot of the points have actually come off from unforced errors from the girls as opposed to winners.
Service
But the
over.
Woods again looking good on attack.
14-12.
Centralising their smashes from the backcourt well, bringing their front court player into it, and the front court player really hunting for the shuttle. It's the second one from Paige.
Service over. 13-14.
Wow, shuttle really spinning there.
They did well to control it. Oh,
Again,
Rachel.
Service over.
so sharp.
15.
Paige centralising their attack, and again, Rachel just being really ready for it. So
Setting her up, working so well together.
simple, good quality doubles. Good. Moving off the shuttle that time. Oh, simple mistake. from Moya.
16-13.
So it's a 3-point lead now for Rachel and Paige. And again, just two mid-court smashes that Moya and Orla just had good opportunities on.
Called. Service over. 14-16.
Rachel serving across the body, looking for that shot, but Moya had enough pace on it to stop her from cutting it out. Yeah, good from Moya.
15,
just
16.
varying it. And she was very careful not to smash across, so Paige couldn't step in.
Yeah.
She played that straight one, and it's a clever shot. And Moya's a very experienced player at this point, so good flick as well. Great shot from Paige Woods. It was a layoff first, the power from Rachel,
15.
and then again, front court player really looking to cut out. Again, a good serve from Paige. And even though she didn't make the interception on the first shot, she's doing the right thing, looking to make those kills. So again, just giving themselves a 3-point lead here. In.
19, 15.
Yeah, good lift. Right into the back corner there.
Game point, 15.
So it's 5 game points for Paige and Rachel here in the opening game. Oh, great angle from Moya.
Service over.
Just switching it up.
16-20.
Potentially they're waiting for the straight smash there, but no, just a good variation. Yeah, that time the girl's being really careful not to go through the racket of Rachel and try to play over her, because she's caught them out a few times when they've done the flatterless.
Movement forward there from Orla.
17-20.
And these closing points again, I feel like it's going to be a case of
Get ready.
the Wood sisters looking to make those intercepts, and Orla and Moya just trying to play space and find gaps.
18-20.
So let's see if the Woods can do what they've done so well to get this lead. Can they make that intercept, or do the girls open up the court a bit more? Yeah, see Rachel hunting at the front again. And
Game. First game
So-
won by Paige Woods and Rachel Woods.
first game 21-18,
21-18.
and win with a cross lift from Moya, just falling just long of the back line. But it was very close again. So a lot of close line calls, but that's the fine margins of badminton.
That's it, you know. Can't take away the Woodses, how proactive they've been there in that game.
Yeah, started much more. I think it was like a 6-1 lead, and you can see they were very hungry, moving forward, taking the net early, intercepting, serving cross body, looking for intercept, attacking through the middle. The rear court player, front court player out hunting the front court, and you know they're a well drilled partnership, and they're tight in their positions. So they've done a lot of really good things there in that opening game. Moya and Orla, slow start, playing a little bit too flat, a little bit too aggressive, the style that the Woods would prefer, and then got a lot more luck when they started to open up the play high into the rear corners, take out the pace easy, and even at the end they were more faded it away instead of trying to drive through. So be interesting to see if the girls now can start on a positive note. I know they ended that game a little bit frustrated with the call, but they
Had
just
been more positive from 11 probably.
Ready?
yeah, but a really good matchup, some
Great
great
pace.
badminton from both sides,
Second
and
game.
two different styles, which is always nice to see.
Level. Play. Correction out. Service over.
Yeah, that one was just wide. You can see that from the replay, just wide.
Service over. 1-all.
A few flicks have gone out in this doubles.
Yeah, we saw Paige making a couple of errors, and then Moya just making one there. Oh, a little bit of luck from Orla. I think that came off the frame. That one.
2-1.
That's
I don't
the one.
think she'll mind too much.
Yeah, that's the one you claim you've changed the pace, where the chip off the frame might have changed the pace for you. Oh, just a little bit loose from Rachel.
3-1.
Again, you can see the tactic where they're trying to open up the court, use more flicks, get the girls onto the back court, and try and avoid playing through that front court player. Yeah, the higher lift that time, and then the fade. Great defense from Rachel Woods there. Again, Paige hungry at the front. That read was really good, and then a follow-up onto the forehand side. Paige is small, but she has great reach.
Yeah.
Because she jumps and she can cover the front court both sides, strong on the backhand, strong on the forehand. So you have to be very careful that you don't underestimate that and try and play high and over.
Yeah.
So there's that 2-point gap closed, 3-3.
Four, three.
Yeah, again, a clever serve from Rachel, just served across Orla's body, and she still tried to use the forehand. Needed to maybe change the grip, use the backhand. Short left. Again, what we saw a little bit in the singles. This side seems to be a little bit faster, so they're playing a lot of the shots long off the back line. So 5-3 lead here for the girls. And again, that cross the body serve from Rachel working really well. Just Orla not changing to use her thumb and play maybe a chopper, try and push down the line.
Service over.
Look there.
4-6.
Yeah. So 4-6. Really good read from Rachel, and just unlucky. She just maybe could have taken the pace out a little bit because she was so early on the shuttle. And Paige did a good job there at the rear court, mixing the pace so well. Again,
service over.
Off return of serve, they've been really good.
7,
playing firm body
5.
and following up. Orla and Moya need to be a lot more ready when it comes fast on the body, just to feed the shuttle either left or right. Because when they try and drive back through the middle, both Paige and Rachel very good on that flat hard exchange. Good positive movement from Paige.
Does that very well, steps into like a flat smash, brave. Nice and brave.
Correction out. Service over. 6-8.
Another flick from Paige. Sometimes I feel like she just rushes that a little bit.
Eager to get into the rally.
That set piece again. Straight attack, and the front court player hunting her down. That
Service
time
over.
Rachel taking out the pace.
9,
Really clever.
6.
So the Woods looking the better of the two at the minute.
Great interception by Rachel.
Yeah. 6.
That time she served T,
Okay,
just
Orla.
teasing Moya to play that cross push. And because she was playing an upward direction, then Rachel's reaction's really good to cut that out. Good variation from Paige there on the cross. And then another good variation from Moya just to stop and take the pace out.
10.
What's been very impressive is the energy that Paige and Rachel have been able to
Service
maintain.
over.
Because when you're attacking like that, it can
7,
take its toll on you,
interval.
but the girls have been attacking very well, keeping the energy really high.
Looking like they're really enjoying their game as well. As Rachel did earlier in her mixed semi-final, that was a 3-setter.
Yeah, close match, and Rachel played very well in that game as well. And similar to this match, again, using good variation of serves and those flat pushes, she's got great reach and she cuts out the shuttle very well. And they've looked very calm here. they've done the
20
positional
seconds.
play very well. They've done the
20
control of the net very
seconds.
well. And M.RYAN and R.STEWART need to either get in and challenge that net or get away from playing those flat pushes
11,
through the middle
7.
there.
And started doing that towards the end of the
Play.
First game, yeah.
first game.
Service over.
Again, a dangerous push again from
8,
M.RYAN in that upward
11.
direction. Page read it very well, just unlucky, just didn't get enough racket
Yeah.
behind it. Again,
9,
soft
11.
mistake, good flick from R.STEWART and a really good move, and M.RYAN's going to need to do that, go forward, take on the net if she's going to get the Woods off the front court. And now we've seen a good phase where
10,
R.STEWART and
11.
M.RYAN have been using their set pieces a bit better.
Service over.
Right idea from M.RYAN.
12,
Again,
10.
a firm push from Rachel, where she just has to fade it away. Just forcing
13,
it,
10.
but the right idea. Trying to push forward, try and get the girls off the net a little bit. And again,
14, 10.
instead of pushing through Rachel, she chopped it, but Rachel ready on the soft one. So 4-point lead now for the Woods, who are closing in on their opening national title. Yeah, again,
15,
centralised
10.
attack. And M.RYAN trying to play flat hard through the centre where she needs to maybe change the direction. But really good set play by the Wood sisters.
16, 10. Service over. 11,
Good variation
16.
from Paige, but just caught it a little bit too flat. Or they're using her height there just to stick it down. So 11-16.
Over.
12, 16.
Girls that time not going to the middle player, just concentrating and keeping the defense straight.
Service over.
Looking a bit
17,
frustrated with herself there.
12.
Yeah, just trying to catch Rachel out with the flatter, faster serve, and Rachel was ready, and it came back with interest.
Out.
Great angle as well.
Service over.
Another serve
13,
there.
17.
Not by much, but just short.
Yeah.
A good lead from R.STEWART, especially at that point of the game. Yeah,
Very powerful
Service
approach
over.
there.
yeah. And what impresses me so
18,
much about the girls
13.
is with that high stance of the return serve, they're so quick at getting back
Yeah.
for the flick serves.
They generate so much power in their overheads, the Woods girls. It's nearly right up from their legs, the power.
Yeah.
Service
I think
over.
both of the girls, I may be wrong this, but have a gymnastics
18.
background, and you can really see that they've got that flexibility and that like elastic movement in their swings, and it's really, really powerful. It generates great power.
Rachel in particular, very high level gymnast as an underage competitor.
Yeah, and it stands to them really well here. It transitions into the badminton.
I think a great foundation
15,
for any sport, really,
18.
gymnastics. Even for injury prevention down the line in whatever your chosen sport is. That core foundation, strength-wise, agility-wise, flexibility-wise.
Oh, great move there. It was the long defense switching.
18.
It's that fade, and that's what the M.RYAN and R.STEWART haven't done enough of, where they've tried to play flat and fast, and Paige and Rachel have done a great job of luring them into that.
Yeah, soaking it up.
But they're doing it a little bit better now.
17,
But
18.
I'm not sure if it's come a little bit too late in the game at 17-18 now, but it's very interesting. Net's still shaking. M.RYAN making sure that it's It's okay before she serves, using her experience. Serve across the body of Paige this time.
Yes. Service over.
Great shot by Paige there.
19,
Just that's
17.
great composure. Moya being really brave to play the net, but maybe not the right time of the game just to try and play something so intricate. 19-17 now. Variation. Brilliant by Paige Woods there.
Great jump in, great move forward.
She was on around the head side and then
20,
early on the
match
forehand
point.
and then a great
17.
follow up onto the net. So it's 3 match points here for Paige and Rachel on the verge of their first ever national title. And there it is. It's a win for Rachel and Paige. Again, great attack, and again, Paige at the front of the court. She made so many winners throughout that game at the front of the court, and a really good victory for the Woods sisters.
See how much it means to both of them.
Well done.
Yeah, always nice feeling to get your first national title, and hugs all round with Trevor, and
Match won by Paige
he'll
Woods
be a happy
and
man
Rachel
today.
Woods. 21,
Rachel, of
18,
course, will be back up
21,
later
17.
on in the last final today, where she'll face Moya again in the mixed doubles. But a really solid 21-18, 21-17 win for the Woods sisters there. And 27 minutes, that match, Aisling.
A good high intensity game, probably not the traditional women's doubles where the rallies went on and on and on, but I suppose it was so attacking, it was so quick, it was a lot of set pieces.
Yeah, a lot of good variations of the serve, really good cutouts, and a really interesting matchup, and the girls really controlled that front court so well, and it was a really good match to see. And also Moya and Orla made it interesting. They got back into it at the end, and they started to do the right thing, but they just were a little bit late on it.
Yeah.
We've got we'll hear from the girls now. They're going to be talking to our events officer Connor Doherty, who is going to speak with the girls right before our men's doubles final, which will be a match-up between the number 1 and 2 seeds. But we'll go across here to Connor Doherty as he talks with Rachel and Paige.
Okay, so we're here with our women's doubles national champions, Rachel Woods and Paige Woods. Rachel, congratulations. Talk me through how you thought the match went for you today.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really good final, really good match, really enjoyable. It's just really nice to play with, my sister, and to get our first national title, like ever, and together is really special. So,
and Paige, tell me, really competitive field. Last year you were silver medalist. This year you were able to go one step further and win. How does that feel?
Well, it was very unexpected, obviously, but it's obviously great to have won it with Rachel because we played last year, and the fact we got a step further this year just makes it that much better. And as long as we enjoyed it, we're happy. So.
As I say, talking about enjoying it, I've never seen a pair smile and laugh and under intense pressure to be able to play at that level whilst enjoying your band. Were you enjoying yourselves out there today?
Yeah,
we always
definitely. Yeah, we always do when we're together.
Yeah.
I think it keeps it fun to just keep smiling and laughing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we definitely enjoyed that.
Well, congratulations once again.
Thank
I hope
you.
you enjoy the rest of your day.
Cheers, thank you.
So we're about to now switch across to the men's doubles final. Battle of the number 1 and 2 seeds here with Josh and Paul Reynolds coming head to head this year. We're so used to actually seeing these guys on the same side of the court, but they're now just about to come on court and the introductions are being made.
As we're used to seeing, I suppose, Vinny and Scott as well together.
Yes.
As a pair.
So both partners now split up playing against each other, but it sets up a really exciting men's doubles final.
And so I suppose all these players know each other inside out. They train together. So it'll just be how can they bring this knowledge of each other to the final here and to this match.
Yeah, and these guys train together day in, day out, all working together in the National Training Centre, so they'll be very familiar with each other's games. Paul and Josh, of course, and Vinny and Scott, they'll know these different moves that each of them make, and you know they'll be ready for those throughout the game. So it'll be interesting to see now who can get the early leads, who can get the advantage at the front of the court, because we all know Paul Reynolds at the front of the court, really dominant player.
Excellent playmaker, always has been right up through his junior career.
And Vinny likewise likes to play the front of the court, not as much experience as Paul up there, so that'll be an interesting exchange. And then at the rear court you've got lots of power from Josh McGee, and you've got a lot of power from S.GUILDEA on the other side, so it's a really exciting matchup. So route to the final, if we look at Scott and Paul, they had a test in their opening round. They came up against Stuart McCollum and Curtis Preshel, who started really well against the number 2 seeds, winning 21-18. They got back into the groove then, winning 21-6, 21-11. Followed that up with a comprehensive 21-6, 21-8 win over Jack Armstrong and Sean Patrick, who featured in their semi-final of the singles. And then they progressed to the final, beating Tony Stevenson and Ryan Stewart in the semi-final, 21-13, 21-17. So by that opening round, it looked very comfortable. On the flip side there, you've got Josh McGee and V.PONTANOSA. Got a walkover in their opening round with Conor McCune and Danny Peatfield. Then faced Adam McAllister and David Walsh, who have been in the national finals before, but looked really good, 21-15, 21-12. And likewise in the semis, another straight game, 21-15, 21-11 win over Declan Bennett and Richard Kong. So we have to say both of these players look the strongest in the event, and they're the guys that are training full time, so it sets up a very, very interesting final here today. So, Aisling, your prediction?
Oh, I couldn't. This is the one game I thought, my goodness, how to call it. I suppose Paul and Scott had represented Ireland just before Christmas in a team event and had some fantastic wins in that. And
beating Germany, it was a big win for them.
Competed a little bit on the international circuit together. Vinny and Josh likewise competed on the international circuit together, so lots of experience between the two pairings.
Looking here, we've got Josh, 30 years of age, as you said, lots of experience, and playing with Vincent, who's 20 years of age, ranked 1 and 4 in Ireland. Vincent, no senior national titles, he has a number of underage ones. Josh is looking to set the record in the doubles, as he is now on 9, hunting for his 10th title today. Another end, there is Paul Reynolds, 25, again Scott, 20, as you were saying, partners with Vincent, and Irish ranking McGee, 2 and 6. Men's doubles national titles, 5 doubles titles for Paul Reynolds, and Scott hunting for his first. So Paul out there trying to block Joshua on getting his 10th title. He sits on 9 with a number of other players, his brother included, Sam. So it'll be interesting to see this matchup
to Joshua McGee.
Between the training partners and the guys competing for that top spot.
Will Josh have the bragging rights in the household after this?
Yeah, he is a few behind if you go combined doubles and mixed, but he's catching up on that front as well. But 10 titles in any category is an impressive feat. So let's see how he goes. But Paul Reynolds, 5 titles as well, is a lot of wins. So
service over.
Let's see how it fares out.
Paul, an under-17 European bronze medalist.
You remember that one,
2016? Aisling? Yes, I do indeed. Almost like a fairy tale, I suppose, that trip. Nash winning gold in the singles and Paul and Nash winning a bronze medal. Taking out some top pairings from other countries that year.
Yeah, Paul's been around the block and he has played with Nat to a high level, has done very well with Josh, and they had a tough Olympic qualification campaign where they just missed out in qualification, but now both guys playing with young up and coming players, so it makes the men's doubles wide open. Great rally. Vincent did everything right just on that last shot, just trying to swing too much.
Maybe a little bit off balance, body was a little bit twisted as well as he struck it. But if the opening rallies are anything to go by, it'll be a good game.
Whew, what a rally. It's fast paced, this one actually. Again, very evident that Vincent and Paul are the two that are pushing forward, which means that Josh and Scott have to close that gap behind and make sure that anything's played to the midcourt, that they're early on it, because the pair giving away the lift generally is going to lose in these rallies.
Yeah. Scott and Josh, you know, both extremely good athletes. When their doubles partners do push forward, they, you know, they have the athleticism, they have the speed to cope with that.
Yeah, just as what you said there, look at Scott there. He was the player from behind coming and then making that kill, so extremely quick coming forward.
Service over. 3-4.
It's great to have a national final like this, even for, you know, aspiring up and coming players, to see this level.
Service over. 5-3.
So both these guys competing a lot on the international circuit already in 2024 and 2025. So Scott and Paul making some positive strides in their opening tournaments together, and one of the ones that you highlighted, of course, away on that team trip where they had a number of good wins for Ireland together in that team championship. But yeah, they're progressing really well already. Had quarterfinals of Estonia, quarterfinals of Bonn International. So these are the opening tournaments as they build towards a longer term goal. See if they can qualify for the major events in the future.
I suppose Scott Gildea's first senior cap as well, and did really, really well.
Yeah, really stepped up, and it's great to see when someone pulls on the Irish shirt if they can go out there and try and get the team wins, and did a good job with that.
And going from maybe being like, you know, one of the leaders on an underage trip to being, you know, transitioning into that senior team and finding your feet, finding your place on it.
Yeah, and likewise with Vincent and Josh doing a lot of building in these international tournaments, and got a semi-final in Latvia International, and they've had some very good performances in the opening tournaments that they've played together. So great experience for the younger guys to play up with the older players who are experienced and have been on the tour for a longer time, so they can guide them as they progress.
Guide them on court and off court. That's very important as well. You know, how you're going, travelling. I suppose the unseen side of the life and times of an athlete. You know, delayed flights, lost luggage.
That's it, when you're traveling, you know, 10-15 times in a year, it's going to happen. So it's learning all those things that you need to do to cope with that. But yeah, the guys have managed well so far, and it's a good dynamic having the 4 players competing on a regular basis, fighting for that top spot.
I think as well there's a big cohort of Irish players travelling and doing that international circuit, especially at European level. We're seeing more and more Irish names in the draws, in different draws, being represented across all 5 disciplines.
6-7, really even starts, kind of what we expected, and some good exchanges so far. Vincent hunting that net really well.
Excited.
Out. Yeah. Service over. 8-6.
Really close one there, and the line judge had no way that he could see that because Paul was right in front of him. So great serve by Scott Gildea there.
9.
Yeah,
6.
great dip. Vincent trying to do the right thing, trying to take the pace out, play back onto the tape, but great dipping serve from Scott, and that just gives Scott and Paul just a little bit of breathing room here at 9-6. Scott and Paul coming out the best in the flat exchange there, and what I liked was when Paul pressed, you could see Scott was nice and early pressing up beside him.
He read it very well.
Paul really energetic, looking to come forward,
Service
but the forearm strength of Josh there, he was just able to hit through him. It was a great move from Paul, and he knows that he needs to be up there taking on the net, because if they get too defensive and if they're not controlling it and go, you know, high lifts on Josh and soft onto the net, then Vincent and him will take control. Another good serve there from Josh. Paul again, really active, looking to push forward, but maybe just trying a little bit too hard there. Clever smash by Scott, just hitting Josh right on the hip. He was a little bit trapped, had to use his forehand, and then they followed up well with the pressure. So an 11-8 lead here, and again, all of these players work on a day-to-day basis with the lead doubles coach, which is M.CHEUNG. So there's no coaches involved here in the final. So all the players having to work out the right tactics for themselves, but as we said, plenty of experience there. And
the wealth of experience, it should be well able to work it out here. Change it up if needed.
20
or
seconds.
keep persisting if it's going
20
well.
seconds.
Interestingly, we see the matching kits. Josh and Paul still in the matching kits, and Vincent and Scott. But both sponsored by different sponsors.
11-8. Play.
Interesting to see that both pairs have gone with all black outfits here, so it's men in black today on the final.
12-8.
Yeah, again, Paul and Scott, I feel, have come out better in the flat exchanges so far, and they're pressing beside each other really well.
Paul's so active at the front there, like he really does hunt that shuttle down.
Yeah, and even though he's made a couple of moves where, you know, Josh has hit through him or whatever, it's the right thing to do. And even that, again, it's the right thing, because it makes you uncomfortable then to take the net, because you're afraid to play it, and then you have to push through and you have to be careful with it.
Again, putting a bit of doubt in there, but you know, your opponent, they might rethink it if they go for it a second time.
Fault.
Yeah, again, early press, push to the body, and Scott pushing right up.
9.
Just classic, simple set pieces for doubles. But it's something that is fundamental to winning.
I think the men's doubles game is on so much. It is so quick.
And even in the ladies' doubles earlier, you've seen Rachel and Paige doing that really well, where they're doing that press and looking for.
15-9.
So decent lead now for Paul and Scott.
looking very assured, both of them.
Clever find from Josh and a good change of pace from Vincent. It was just
Service
that
over.
backhand where Josh could have put
10,
down the line, but Paul was
15.
waiting on it and he just decided to turn. And then Vincent saw that, made that move onto the net and just control the front court. So 10-15. Really good by Scott. Because when he pressed Joshua on the chest, then he was
Service over.
already straight
Yep.
across onto the
16.
forehand.
10.
Josh trying to do the right thing, move it away from him, but
6-point lead here.
just a little flatter serve from Paul. Oh, missed timing there from Josh.
17. 10.
We have seen that a little bit today, particularly in the mixed doubles in the semi-finals from different players.
Yeah, nice. That time not trying to go through Paul,
Service
just
over.
playing away from him.
11,
and he's going to
17.
have to do that more of that because Paul at the minute is so proactive coming forward onto the front.
Play.
Nice layoff from
Yeah.
Vinny.
12.
Came forward early
17.
onto the net and it had to be good because again Paul was there ready
Yeah.
to probe on it, so it's just a point of the game now where Paul and Scott have to try and keep control and not allow the guys get 1 or 2 points because then they might start to believe again, you know.
Yeah.
We kind of talked about it all day here, the 5-point lead, that cushion. Oh,
13.
Paul going
17.
for the,
It's done.
yeah.
Vinny here serving very technically strong player.
Paul taking his time to step up. Empire saying play again, just making Vincent think a little bit at them being 13-70 down.
I think a big effort made by BWF in the
Service
last
over.
while to
18,
stop the delays
13.
in play.
Yeah, and umpire there, calling play, making Paul step up. Again, you could just see the difference there where Vincent served Paul nice and composed playing his shot. Vincent just a little bit panicked looking, rushing that shot. Good smash cross body from Scott.
Good. Very good
Josh,
placement.
Josh was, the lift was
13.
maybe a little short and Josh wasn't into good position, just got caught across the hip. So 19-13 here. Guys closing in on the first game. Yeah, flick was just too short.
Service over. 14.
Put away there by
19.
Josh. The last one.
And Preston Josh using the flick there and then
15,
just strong forehand strength at
19.
the end just to step forward onto the mid. So 15-19. Down to 4 points, but Paul and Scott closing in on that first game.
Me and Josh maybe have the mindset to kind of finish this set strong and
Oh, strange. Miss it off the racket, but well done by Paul there. As Vinny closed in on the net. Just in the middle of that rally,
Service
just caught off
over.
the side of the frame, took a very funny turn in
20.
the air.
Game point.
Vincent still controlled
15.
it, but just that lift at the end going long at the back line. So 5 game points here in the opening game, and
Vincent.
Paul and Scott looking to take the lead in this final.
Line judge. Service over. 16, 20.
And 4 match points.
Game.
Just an unforced error there from Vincent just to end the first game. So 21-16 to
First game won by Scott Gildea and Paul Reynolds. 21-16.
So as we have no coaches, we'll do a quick catch up on the umpire and service judge. We've got Carmel Griffin in the chair there doing a great job, and we've got Derek Cray on the service judge chair, and of course we've got all of our line judges here in their orange t-shirts, standing out nice and plain. So yeah, Aisling, what do you think so far?
So far, you can just see the knowledge they have of each other, I think, as players. As we said, Josh driving by Paul when he sees Paul coming into that net. You know, maybe a little bit of nerves at times from Vinny at the net, but it's still doing very, very well. It's been high pace, it's been high tempo, and we'll see, are there changes made here tactically from both pairings on this, I suppose, going into the second set?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Definitely, I feel the big difference has been Paul being so proactive on the front, even though sometimes it's, you know, come off his racket and has gone long. He's still hunting and he's still trying to do the right thing, which forces the guys then, you know, to try and play long, or just gives them that little bit of indecision when they try and play the net. So very interesting dynamic with him pushing forward and Josh trying to find the gaps. Vincent has, you know, been up there. He's been trying to make the challenge, trying to do the right thing, but it's just the little difference in experience. Scott's done a good job of pressing up beside Paul. So every time Paul makes that move, Scott's been making the move with him. So it makes it harder for Josh and Vincent to find gaps in the court. So very interesting matchup in the first game, and again, I feel whoever gets that early lead will have a big advantage.
Second game.
Because they know each other's games
Love
so well.
all.
So here we
Play.
go. One of these guys again will be a first-time national winner. So will it be Scott Gildea or will it be Vincent Pontanosa?
And I think, interestingly, Scott Gildea might have a singles runners-up medal,
Yes.
and a mixed doubles runners-up medal.
So he might trade those in for the,
Yeah,
the
I
men's
think
doubles winner. Good speed by Vincent
Service
there.
over.
He was really fast to getting up for that shot.
All.
Interestingly, Scott just switching it up with the flick, but Vincent fast off the mark. Great angle from Scott. Good. Did it go over?
Sat there, thought about it,
No,
but
didn't make
didn't
it.
in the end.
But a nice variation again with him using the reverse, and Paul being patient, stopping to the middle, but the guys getting good length in their defense, which is key. Makes Scott have to vary it from the rear court, because when it's short and he attacks and brings Paul into the game, they're going to be in trouble. Again, great composure from Paul, just pushing
Service
just to the
over.
head of Vincent.
2.
Josh then having to control when he does little space to control it. 2-2. Again, nice wide serve from Paul, and just
3,
finding
2.
the third shot. It's been really solid in this game up at the front of the court.
Placing everything very, very well. Just
Angle. But the lifts there potentially a little bit short, and again that gave that opportunity for Paul just to hit down, get them below level tape to force the error.
It's a quick serve there.
Service over.
Yeah, it's a really good
3,
move there. And again,
4.
that time Vincent came up and did the right thing. He came up and met him head on and tried to take the net off him. And he's going to have to do that more and more often. And sometimes he'll lose that exchange, but he has to accept that and push forward. Nice. Wow. Both Josh and Vincent,
Service over.
they did what I asked. They both pushed
5,
forward, but
3.
then having to scramble again. Paul finding the gap over the top. So a nice 5-3 lead here. And again, we're talking about Badminton families. Scott going for his national title, and I know his dad Shane will be on the hunt for his next weekend in the Masters as he plays with Niall Gannon, a dominant force in their age group.
6, 3.
Two fantastic Aylesbury players, I think they were both with for a number of years, and provided some really, really entertaining matches in the BPL over the years. Key to Aylesbury's win several years ago.
Good proactive movement from Paul again. Good control from Josh as it just came off the net court. Oh. But Paul really hunting that front court.
7,
7-3 now, 4-point lead for the boys. And they're now starting to look really comfortable here.
Yeah. It's positive, it's confident, moving forwards.
Yeah, working together as a team, moving together very well. Oh.
Several miss hits here.
Yeah, I think it's every side of Vincent's frame. But anything short like that, that's where you see Scott's athleticism and his power.
Absolutely. Really can generate such good angle when he really gets up off the floor.
Yeah, again, a little bit of spin on the serve there. It's nice to see the confidence. And when you're 8-3 up, it allows you to try these things and do these little tricks, so to speak, to earn quicker points. And you'll see here again, Scott will probably try and chop the shuttle a little bit, try and create a bit of spin on the shuttle just as he serves. Yeah, you see that again?
Well controlled by Josh.
Nice variation from Vincent, but again, Scott early on the net. Josh again trying to do the right thing, coming and close down the front court, but Scott ready there. So 10-3, 7-point lead here. If they get one more point, they'll have a really comprehensive lead going into the mid-game interval. Oh. Good set piece from Vincent, push down the line, look for it.
4,
nice and active.
10.
Looking to close that gap.
Service over.
Paul just finding that
11-4.
gap
Into ball.
really well. Placing it so well.
Yeah, nice and early. And he's been so positive in his play here going forward, taking the net, cutting down angles. Josh and Vincent seem to be a bit deep and always seem to do the one giving away the first lift. And on defense, they've exploited Vincent a little bit where they're attacking through him, and he's not being able to find the net, not being able to challenge. And when he has done, Paul has been really good at controlling and winning those exchanges. So.
And nearly reading where it's going to go as well. You know, I suppose they know, again, I'll go back to, they know each other so well. Maybe taking a chance at times and kind of going, this, you know, is most likely where it's going to go. But just reading the game well. And has always done, I think.
So 21-16 and an 11-4 lead here.
7-4. Play.
Yeah, good energy. Scott really working hard from the mid-court to rear court.
And placing his smashes very, very well. You know, not just smashing for the sake of smashing. He's having a look. Where do I need to hit? Wrong-footed a little bit there.
That time Vincent holding and flicking, it's good, but just to mix it up, because anytime he's played to the front court and laid off, Paul's been in there hunting on him, so that time just to take Scott out of the game and try and play over the top of Scott. Yeah, Scott still maintaining that energy.
Service over. 13-5.
Such a fantastic athlete.
So 13-5, and looks like it's Paul homing in on that 6th title and Scott homing in on his first.
14.
Like every time the guys go to play the front court, you can see Scott ready to hunt, ready to pounce on it. And it just gives you that little bit of indecision when you're trying to play it if you're late on the shuttle. Indecision again as it goes over the top of Vincent.
15-5.
So here we are, 21-16, 15-5.
We're seeing that serve again. Bit of a chop in it.
16-5.
I think the guys sitting at home, there's a number of them on 9 wins for the men's doubles, will be resting for at least another year here, because with this league it looks like it's Scott and Paul that's pulling away here to win this title.
17-5.
So 17-5 here. Just another easy mistake.
18-5.
And the issue comes when someone has this type of lead, you try so hard then to win points that you know you can make simple mistakes. Nice layoff here from Paul. Scott really, really working here at the back of the court. Good change of pace for Vincent.
Well done. Very well done.
Yeah. And M.RYAN coming forward.
Yeah.
6-18.
And that's it. And these are the type of things that he'll learn as he goes along. You know, he does it very well, and he's only still very young, 20 years of age, and you have Paul, who is just rock solid up there, but again, that's come over time, that's come with experience, that's come against playing up against the more difficult opponents.
And maybe a bit of an interruption in, I suppose, Scott and Vincent's junior career with COVID hitting, you know, where they would have had maybe a year and a half to develop these kind of things.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of an interruption there.
Nice move again from Scott.
20,
really
match point.
So it's match point here for Reynolds and Gildea. 20, match point 6. Again, Paul finding it, as he's done already. And there it is.
James.
First national title for Scott Gildea. He'll be delighted with that.
And it really
and
means a lot to him, you can see
Paul
it.
Reynolds.
Thank you. Good job. Thank you. Thank you. Match won by Scott Gildea and Paul Reynolds, 21-16.
So we've got a newly crowned men's doubles champions, a first title for this new partnership of Paul Reynolds and Scott Gildea, and a first final for Josh and Vincent. and a 21-16, 21-6 victory there for Scott and Paul. We've got an exciting final coming up after this with the women's singles, with Sophia Noble and M.SHOCHAN going head to head. Our number 1 seed, Sophia Noble, and Michelle coming through the bottom side of the draw. So that's be a really interesting matchup as well, following on from the men's doubles there today. So, Aisling, will we see 2 titles going back to the same home today? Will we see Sophia following on from her brother's win earlier?
I think Sophia going for her 3rd national singles title has been very impressive throughout this tournament so far. 2 though very, very determined players. And
we've got Conor Doherty here with our national men's doubles winners, so he's going to do a quick interview with them, and we'll get to hear from Scott GUILDEA as he's won his opening national title, and hear from Paul Reynolds as he talks about winning his 6th title. So it's Conor Doherty here with the men's doubles winners.
So congratulations, Paul and Scott. Your first nationals title win as a pairing. Scott, obviously you know these players and Josh and Vinny a lot. Tell me, how did you prepare for this game, and how did your game plan execute there today?
Well, I think obviously we trained together, same coach, our playing styles are very similar. We're told a lot of the same stuff to do, so we both know our games really well. So for me, it was really whoever's speed was the best, whoever could get just on top, just because it's fractions in the game, and whoever could get on top first would come out on top then as well. But then for me, the whole tournament, I was kind of a bit nervous. So the biggest thing for me there was I just played free, and I was confident, so it worked well for me.
Paul, this is your 6th national title in a row, 5 with Josh, obviously you were playing today. How has it been the last, I suppose, 6 to 8 months playing with this man beside you?
Yeah, it's been good. It's a very new experience for both of us. It's quite strange for me. I've always been the young one, and suddenly there's a lot of juniors on tour, a lot of Scott coming up, all these ones. So I started with Josh at a similar time, when same age gap with me and Scott. So I took from that what I learned from playing with Josh at that age. I think I've learned a lot about my own game and stuff, and how to manage my emotions and things like that. And it's been good. It's been up and down. It's a new partnership. Scott hasn't played on the tour that long, so one week it's going to be good, one week it might not be as good. But once we're learning all the time, even taking things from bad losses, that's the important thing. Because it's not going to just be plain sailing. It takes time to adjust to these things. But no, today was really good. A good one for the confidence. It's not easy playing against teammates, and it's not easy for them either. It can go 50-50, you know, and it might look a little bit comfortable on the scoreboard, but actually it's a couple of runs of points here and there just changed the game. So yeah, no, it was good.
Well, congratulations once again, guys, and we'll hand it over to our commentary team for the next final.
Cheers, Conor. Thanks.
Now we're just waiting on the introductions for the women's singles final, which will feature Sophia Noble and M.SHOCHAN just being called on the court.
First national senior singles final for Michelle, I think, having been in the final 2 years ago, maybe, for women's doubles.
Yeah, fantastic talent, M.SHOCHAN, and you were away with her recently, and what were the things that impressed you about Michelle when you seen her competing in European Championships?
I think Michelle, an ultimate professional. I mean, just on and off court, very hard working, really, really determined, and brings that to every single game, whether she's playing mixed doubles or singles. You know, well able to compete with the best in Europe. Was unlucky to miss out, I suppose, in a 3-setter against Flora Wang.
Look at their routes to the final here. Michelle had a 21-11 win over Nicole Joy in her opening round. She looked equally impressive in her quarter-final with a 21-6, 21-8 win over Roshi McKenna, and a semi-final win over the number 2 seed Laura Heary, 21-9. As I said, so rock solid all the way through there to the final. On the other side, the number 1 seed Sophia Noble by in the opening round. She then faced Michelle's younger sister, Hannah M.SHOCHAN, who's been making great strides at underage badminton and one to watch for the future. So she had a 21-5, 21-15 win over her, and again, very impressive in her semi-final against the very experienced player Sarah Boyle, who's also been in a number of national finals.
Yep.
So she had a 21-11, 21-13 win over her. So you have to say that these two girls have looked the 2 strongest in the tournament so far. So 3 titles Sophia's on the hunt for. 20 years of age, ranked number 2 in Ireland, and has 2 single titles to her name, and her brother has 1, so she has to stay ahead of the brother and try and build another one here as she goes for the 3rd title. And on the other side of the court, Michelle McChoucan, 17 years of age, 6th on the Irish rankings, has already won an Ulster Open Championship this year in 2025, and as you said, she's been hugely successful in the underage circuit, reaching 2 quarter-finals in 2024 at the Irish Under-19 Open and at the Belgian Junior, and she did quite well across the European Championships as well. So great talent for the future, Michelle, against a more experienced player in Sophia, although Sophia is still very young herself. So Aisling, again, I'll put you on the spot. Call your winner here.
I was wrong earlier, but I think Sophia Noble might just have, despite both of them are extremely determined players, and I'd say we'll have some grueling rallies here, but I just think maybe Sophia's power and her experience will bring her through here.
Yeah, absolutely. Sophia would definitely be the favourite going into this, and had a really busy 2024.
Ladies and gentlemen,
a number of international tournaments.
On my right, Sophia Noble.
In France in the future series, Novelle over there.
And on my left,
runners up
Michelle
in
McChoucan.
Semi-final in Kampala, and then a number of last
Michelle
16,
McChoucan to serve.
including the Welsh Open. So,
Love all.
in the opening tournament of the year in Estonia and Swedish Open, really good performances against opponents from Chinese Taipei. So she's got a lot of experience that she can bring to this game. But one thing we know, and sorry, what you highlighted earlier, is
Service
Michelle will come
over.
into this game and she will give 100% and always fight for every point. So Sophia will have to work very hard to try and win this.
Less pressure on Michelle also, I suppose, your first, oh, it's a great shot.
Service
round
over.
ahead there, just a little bit. It was the shot you talked about earlier, like almost a little bit of reverse on the shuttle.
Maybe Michelle can play a little bit more free today, maybe a little bit less pressure on her.
Yeah, when you're that younger player going in and you haven't got the national title, you don't have that expectation of what Sophia has, where she's going out there trying to defend the title. But maybe with the mindset that Michelle has, she doesn't think that way.
No.
She wants to win every single match she plays. So
both girls fantastic to work with when you're away on junior teams. You know, just really professional, very, very determined. You know, really, really great to go out and coach. Really love to take it on board.
Oh, great attack there onto the body from Michelle.
Very positive from Michelle, very positive start.
Yeah, for a young girl in her first national finals, she doesn't look there's no fear there. No. She doesn't look daunted at all by the occasion. She's really putting in some good work here early on in the match. Sophia really working Michelle to the rear court. trying to do the right thing,
3-all.
just trying to mix it up with the reverse. You can see already Sophia is very comfortable lifting and pushing Michelle to the rear court and is looking to put her on that baseline, make her work.
4-3.
One thing that Sophia has is great physicality and her
Work
fitness. Her fitness won't fade here. She'll continue to play at this tempo throughout the game, and she'll continue to put Michelle in the back line. So Michelle there looking to maybe get that quick point so she doesn't have to work so hard.
Sophia Noble never afraid of a three-setter or a game where she has to dig deep. Tough, a player who's very tough mentally.
Yeah, nice reverse as well. Good defense from Sophia.
6-3.
Yeah, just Michelle a little bit out of balance there. She'd hit a number of big smashes. Sophia keeping her on the baseline, just waiting for that air to come.
And I think that's what you need to be prepared for if you play Sophia. It's, it will come back, it will come back, it will come back.
Yeah, court winner.
7-3.
Always nice to get that when you're in the final. When you have to work for so many points and then suddenly just to get that nice cheap point.
She almost had one of her own there.
Great energy from Sophia. She's working hard to get round the head there to attack straight down the line. Michelle doing her best to retrieve, but Sophia just looking a slightly bit quicker, a little bit faster, a little bit stronger than Michelle at the minute, but given the differences in age, you would expect her to have a little bit of age on that front.
Go, play.
Again,
Service
variation,
over.
nice cross slice.
4-8.
Held to the last second and changed the direction.
Yeah, and she'll need to have that kind of quality in her strokes if she's going to beat Sophia, because Sophia is comfortably run down as much as possible. And again, there,
Service
even
over.
though she's late on the shuttle, Sophia, you can see that lift is right to the back line. So, and that's so frustrating if you're the one working and you hit these good quality shots and then suddenly you're put right on the baseline again, and it's like, come on, you have to start the whole rally. The hard part here is Michelle is having to work extra hard. She's trying to do the right thing in attack, but then Sophia is able to play back over her head all the time.
Yep. And as you said, it's nearly start again, start again, start again.
Yeah.
11-4
and Sophia Noble really in control of this final so far. So
that deception there at the end, it's probably one of the first times we've seen it in this game so far. Kind of deceptive holds and things.
Yeah, and Shokan Andrews out there coaching Michelle, just giving her some words of advice and encouragement. Because she has worked really hard. She's put in a great effort in the opening 11 points, but Sophia has just been in control of these rallies and has set the pace. So Michelle has to keep the work rate up. I would like to see her
20 seconds.
Maybe open up with the clears as opposed to starting with the attack, because Sophia's just countering with her smashing each time.
11-4. Play.
Getting her to start the rally.
Michelle did travel for her first senior international. Has played the Irish Open, but I think travelled her first senior international event at the start of this year to gain that experience at senior level, which is great to see. quite well in qualifying, if I recall correctly.
6-11.
International, and she had 2 wins in her qualification before losing out to the seeded player in that group. But yeah, that's the start of her kind of transition now from junior to senior. And
7-11.
it'll be a big step up for her as she moves from under-19s into senior level. But a good group of young girls in this event this weekend, and it's a very competitive group. And now with O.FLYNN recently winning European underage medals, it's adding to that, along with the likes of Hannah Shokin, who we talked about earlier, Carol Joy coming below that, and it's exciting category. And a very competitive category.
And quite a versatile group of girls as well. We saw, I'd say, Laura Heary and Nicole Joy reflecting back on this, reflecting back on the Woods' win there today in the final, knowing that they took them to 3 sets, would be quite happy with that. Those 2 girls, played a very good doubles in the opening round against the 2 girls.
Yeah, really competitive.
13-7.
And even the match that Michelle had with Nicole Joy, she went 21-11, 21-11, but Nicole was very competitive within the game.
Score probably didn't reflect how competitive the match was at the start of each set.
14-7.
Sophia just ramping it up a bit now with the attack and play, and as she continues to wear Michelle down, she'll get more and more opportunities to pick her off at those attacks.
Backhand serve. Sophia Noble can flick and play short quite well on that backhand serve she uses.
She's really happy to go long into the corners and soak up Michelle's attack. And that's where Michelle needs to try and play the clears herself, so that she has a bit of space to play at the front of the court. Sophia nice and early on it. Good rally this one.
Very good.
Wow.
Well worked by Michelle.
Using her clears a lot more that time, and then using the smash at the right time when she had the space at the front of the court.
No.
Great patience from her as well. There was a net cord there. I think it came back, and she still kept working. It can be easy to get deflated from that kind of thing, especially playing a player who I suppose doesn't give up.
8-14.
But she's not. She's staying focused. She's staying determined within the rallies.
Service over. 15-8.
Unlucky there with just piping early on the net. The spin just not going her way.
Service over. Sorry. 16-8.
Flat exchange there. We hadn't
Service
seen that too
over.
much before in this game.
9-16.
Yeah, and then Sophia again going over the top, but just a little bit too long this time on this occasion.
Service over. 17-9.
Michelle opened up with these attacks, which is a little bit out of bounds at the rear court. She's going to have to try and vary that more often. Michelle is using a little bit of deception at the front court.
Service over.
Quick forward into it and then just soft.
Yeah, and that's the key. By being early there, she had the options of either driving at it or stopping the pace.
And her body movement would have suggested it was going to be a hard push, but no, just softened the hand really, really well there at the last second.
Service over.
The right option.
18-11.
It wasn't a balanced attack, so she had to try and play over the top, but again, just pulling it slightly wide of the back line, and gives Sophia an 18-11 lead. Has looked the stronger of the two in this opening game. But Michelle slowly working her way back into these rallies.
Especially since the break, I think has done very well. More patience, more variation, I'd say.
Yeah, good net by Sophia. She is really high on that, got great spin.
19,
and like
11.
we've seen earlier today, a lot of those lifts just going along with that back line from this side.
Retrieval there for Michelle.
Now Michelle using the clears a lot more.
Quick lift cross.
Service over, 12-19.
Didn't give Sophia much time to right herself in balance.
Good rally and a good option for Michelle there. She just tried to drive
Service
it down
over.
the line past Sophia. but
20, game point, 12.
Shuttle does move slightly left to right, so potentially it was a small bit of drift carrying it wide. Good angle from Sophia.
Game.
And that's sometimes what Sophia's lacked a little bit
First
in the game.
game won by
she
Sophia Noble,
overuses the clears
21,
and
12.
when she has balance on the shuttle, sometimes she doesn't take the initiative and make that attacking stroke. So nice to see her this time taking the initiative and just creating that angle. And she's been dominant in this game, forcing Michelle to the rear court and working her around.
And not afraid to run, not afraid to rally it out,
Now it'll be interesting to see with the change of sides, does it have any impact on the game? Potentially, Michelle is on that slower side. She might get 1 or 2 free points with Sophia clearing out the back or lifting out the back. But we'll see what happens as the game unfolds.
Showed great determination from 11 though, worked her way back in, things that weren't going quite her way, she changed it up.
M.SHOCHAN just given a few final instructions as we go on here into the second game, 21-12. We're just looking up some of the stats earlier of national winners to see if there was anyone who had ever won a singles in men's and women from the same family. And back in
Second game, love all,
1932,
play.
we had Arthur Hamilton with his sister Mavis Hamilton taking singles titles. There was actually a Hamilton winning in every discipline back that year.
One love.
And Mavis went on to win 5 in a row in the women's singles, with Arthur winning in 1932, 1933, and their brother Willoughby Hamilton winning in 34 and 35. So it looks like it could be a repeat of what the Hamiltons have done today.
For the Noble house.
For the Noble household, but let's see if it is a case where they can do as many in a row as these guys. If Sophia wins today, she'll have 3 in a row. So
service over.
Singles titles.
To see if she can go on and do what Mavis has done with 5 titles, and likewise, to see if Dylan can come back and defend this next year, like Arthur or Willoughby has done. So a little bit of history there.
I think we've a lot of siblings coming through in Irish badminton. Competing at underage in particular at the moment.
Yeah, you can see there even like on court, Sophia's younger brother Dylan, and then you've got Michelle's younger sister Hannah, Nicole, who you mentioned earlier, has a younger sister Carol, all doing well, winning the likes of the Swedish youth game in singles, and 2 girls in doubles, Nicole and Carol reaching a final of that. So great to see these girls doing well at international level, and it'll bring internal competition, which is really important, because the more internal competition we have, the overall level of all of the girls is going to come up.
Yeah. And create a level in the training centres or in their, wherever they are training. If there's a group of them training together, it makes it a lot easier. you're getting to hit with quality players every day. Have the same mindset.
Good change of pace there from Sophia. Both players just moving the shuttle away, and then suddenly Sophia seen an opportunity to attack and taking it. Catching Michelle unaware.
Service over.
Good work rate again from Sophia, trying to do the right thing. Change the piece up and quick snap.
Michelle.
Not allowing Michelle to, be comfortable with the change of pieces between the fast clear and the stick. Potentially, yeah, need for a plaster potentially for Michelle. So referee being called out, and it's just a small medical timeout.
Not much, but
we did see her dive earlier in the first set. I think she dived a little bit in her singles yesterday also. So maybe just picked it up off those mats.
Yeah, the mats can be a little bit sharp on the legs, and if you pick up that little nick, it can bleed. And it's the hard part about badminton is that you don't want to hit on the strap, and you don't want to be restricted by it. But you have to try and
at the bottom as well.
cover the wound to stop it from bleeding. So medical potentially put on a plaster here or a little bit of wrapping just to stop that blood flow, and then we'll be able to continue with the play.
Greg Farrell on medical duty here.
But Sophia's looking comfortable here, 21-12, 4-3. Michelle fighting hard in the second game. Has a little bit of taping on the leg. Hopefully that won't be too restrictive for her as the match goes on. Sophia just keeping the legs moving.
Ready to go again.
Yeah, here we go again.
Have you enough there, Sophia? Do you want to take more? Sorry? Do you want to take more tissue?
So here we go. 3-4, and we're back in play.
3-4.
Michelle has been patched up, and off we go.
Much clears there.
And that's what she needs to do a lot more of. She
Service
needs to open up
over.
the court a bit before she starts off with a full out attack, otherwise she'll be burning energy as Sophia just continues to play that over and then counter. Good press from Michelle, nice and early on the tape.
Lucky with that slice.
6.
Yeah,
3.
again, you would say she's trying to do the right thing there, but just a little bit late on it. Great retrieval from Sophia again, because it was a good smash from Michelle.
Attempt to twist and turn her there.
This is the longest rally of the game so far. Both girls working really hard. Nice little bit of deception from Michelle. Absolutely fantastic rally. Michelle having to work so hard to get any of her points. And Sophia happy to play these long rallies and continue to work Michelle across the back.
probably the most deception we've seen in a rally there in that one.
Yeah.
Retrieval from Michelle there.
Again,
5,
just
6.
a little bit of complacency from Sophia.
Yep.
And normally something she does so well, she just drags in and then comes in and continues to play over the top.
Could nearly see her looking up there to see where Michelle was, and then the shuttle had just dropped by the time she struck it.
Good net, and that draws the score back to 6-6. Just Sophia at this point of the game, it's been a small dip in her speed, I would say, where she hasn't been aggressive with the punch clears, and she's following Michelle's speed a little bit here. That was better there, where she actually took the initiative bit up and changed the pace. But just for maybe 3-4 points there, she just took a little bit of the foot off the pedal and started to follow Michelle's speed. Yeah, seems to be starting to get more aggressive again now. Good angle again.
8, 6.
She must have heard you, Dan.
Yeah, starting to now open up the play a little bit more and make her cuts, make her slices. Just for a few points, Michelle was bossing her with the clears and the attack.
But impressive from 17-year-old since the turnover.
Service over.
And again,
7,
taking initiative at the net,
8.
taking it early, and that's what Sophia was doing initially, and now it's Michelle who's being more proactive. So 7-8, and she's in this game. Again, early on the net again from Michelle, and she's starting to attack and play more aggressive.
Use a lot more variation overhead again.
She struggled to read that shot from Sophia.
Service over.
Again,
9,
left a little bit
7.
short, and Sophia hitting that good angle and with a bit of reverse on it, just making sure that Michelle has to work for it.
I think women's singles has really transformed in the last number of years. It's a lot more deception. There's a lot, but like it's probably not
7.
as much of a running game as it used to be, where it was just run it down. It's gone very deceptive. A lot more of a shot range from all the players we're seeing, especially in Europe.
Yeah, so that combination of they are really good physical athletes.
Everyone's physical now, yeah.
But they have those winning
Service
shots as
over.
well.
8, 10.
The racket skills really improve. I think at under 19 this year it was very, very evident at the Europeans, or last year.
Yeah, it only seems like last week. Oh, it's a great rally. Great retrieval rate from Sophia again.
Service
Good
over.
effort from Michelle.
11, 8.
Yeah.
Interval.
Again, once she lifted into that corner, she just took too much of a central base, and then when Sophia made the cut, it was a bigger reach for her, where when she's lifting into that corner, she needs to close down that side of the court a bit better. So there we are, it's 11-8, lead at the interval. Much more positive from Michelle in the second game.
I think she'll be a lot happier with how she's played in that opening part of that set, as opposed to the opening part of the first set, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely, because you know she scored 12 points there in that opening game. She's already on 8 here, so she's been a lot more patient. She's used her clear a lot more, but the good thing about that is when Sophia has been late in the corner striking, Michelle's also been early on the net pressing, so that's something she's going to need to continue to do here, and hope that maybe Sophia gets a little bit tight and makes mistakes on the overheads as opposed to make those winners that she's made. Hoping that she gets tired, starts to lose the quality of her strokes, but you know Sophia's fitness is so good that potentially that won't happen. Yeah, another just clear out the back line. Any of these cheap points all add up. So 4-point gap now. Good energy, good power from Michelle just to switch it up.
Good quick
9,
racket.
12.
Michelle needs to be maybe wary of that when Sophia goes into her around the head, the cross. We've seen cross smashes, we've seen reverses.
Oh.
Went over.
Service over. 13.
Don't know
9.
if that was a fault at the net or that, but she did cross the net anyway.
Yeah.
A bit of karma there. She gets the next point.
13.
Nice push into that corner. Shuttle looking a little bit fluffy here. Both girls have enough to play away with it again.
Oh,
Rally.
another good stick from Sophia.
Service over.
Michelle
14,
forcing a little bit
10.
too much with the cross followed by cross, and opened up her court, and you know, strong arm there from Sophia just to finish that off.
Nice push into the forehand there.
Service over.
Hard to see sometimes
11,
from the angle we're at.
14.
Look, potentially it was creeping wide, but certainly
Out.
a good variation to
Service
change it up.
over. 15, 11.
15-11. Sophia 6 points away from her third national senior title. Again, good attack from Michelle, but just trying to force the cross too much.
16,
And
11.
someone who's got Sophia's level of experience, being able to read that and jump up, it's going to cause her trouble. So she just needs to be more patient, play more straights, not open up her court, and use that good physical base that she has. Good angle, good dive from Michelle. She'll want to get this one for the video reel. Good straight reverse, much better with the straighter options. Oh, great rally again.
17,
Potentially
11.
maybe a little bit of tiredness kicking in there, what do you think?
Yeah. Just maybe a little extra step back.
Sophia nice and early on the net, just, oh.
Very tight.
Yeah, very, very tight.
Off the line, I think,
Service
the inside of the
over.
line just there.
Yeah, 12-18.
12, 18.
Again,
Service over.
just playing a little bit too much
19,
cross, trying too
12.
hard to force these winners.
Or find a gap that's maybe not there just yet in
Yeah.
the rally.
Needs to be patient in their build up of the rally.
Service over.
Nice net, and then pounced on the second one.
13,
Yeah, so
19.
13-19. Score one more point than what she did in her opening game, but Sophia now 2 points away from closing in on her third national title. So better that time for Michelle Hughes.
Okay, sorry we had some minor technical difficulties there, but we're back and we're here with our women's singles national champion 3 times in a row now, Sophia Noble. up against a very talented young player, Michelle. How do you think the match went for you today?
Yeah, I knew Michelle would come out giving it her all, as she always does. I really wanted to win. Every nationals I play, I want to win it, especially because I knew this would be the third in a row, which was definitely, I knew it would be something special. So yeah, I just kind of went out as relaxed as I could. I was confident because of our head-to-heads, but it kind of means nothing when you're in a pressure cooker game. So yeah, I just kind of relaxed, and I knew she was going to come out with some good shots, and she's a fighter. So I knew she was going to persevere no matter how ahead or down she was. So I just told myself just to stay calm and play my game and figure it out as I went along.
And this is your third nationals final in a row. How do you go in preparation-wise compared to this one, compared to the first one that you went into?
Well, I think the first one I went into, I mean, I've played nationals since I was younger, so I think I've kind of always been in the environment of playing high-pressured games because the national is naturally like a more intense tournament. I think the first time I played, I was quite relaxed, and I think it definitely, the first one is very special because you become a national champion and that's then never taken away from you. So I think the first time I was definitely more nervous because the stakes seemed higher, but as I think going into then the second year, after having won it once, I had the confidence from the previous year, and then now this year I kind of knew I was able to do it before, so I just kind of stuck with the preparation and trusted the training I've done over the last year. And yeah, I think it was definitely kind of knowing I'd won before is a bit easier this time mentally, but it's still tough physically on the court each time.
Yeah. Well, we'll hand it over for our last final of the day, and congratulations once again.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Welcome back, and again, apologies for the drop in the stream, but we are back up and running here, and we've got one final to go, and it is the mixed doubles, which will be introduced on the court now in the next 10 seconds. So, Aisling, last final of the day. Been some great finals so far.
Absolutely brilliant. Really, even maybe some of the finals, the score was a bit wide, but the play was excellent. Very exciting, very sharp, very fast. A really good day of finals. So Sophia Noble taking her third women's singles title, and I think maybe overall her fourth title.
Yeah, that's her third singles title here, and a fourth senior title if you include the doubles as well. And it's a great day for the Noble household. They've done fantastically well here this weekend. Both Dylan and Sophia have looked really good throughout all of their rounds, and a great achievement for both of those guys to win the title here this weekend. And in the last final of the day, we have Rachel Woods, who's on the hunt for a second title here today. We haven't had a double winner this year so far. So can Rachel be the first one to take home 2 titles today? If we look at the results on the way to the final, Rachel and Ryan had a lot of close matches. 3 games in opening one, winning 21-17 and 30 against Adam McAllister and Sarah Boyd. Another 3-game match against Kieran McCullum and Roisin, winning 21-17 in the third of that as well. And against Brian and Crona, 21-15 in the third. And this morning, 21-17 in the third against Scott Gilday and Laura Heary. On the other side, Josh and Moya have looked really good on their route to the final, winning 21-7, 21-5 against Owen Walsh and Ciara Dwyer. Followed that up with a win over Adam Danes and Ashley O'Mara, 21-9, 21-6. And then their semi-final today, 21-8, and a more competitive game in the second where Tony Stevenson and Keith Frost stepped up really well, and it was 21-15. But a great matchup we have here as Rachel looks to fight for that double title, and Moya and Josh have performed very well at international title tournaments this year, and have done really well to close out 2024 with 2 finals and final at the Welsh International in December, and some good team wins in the European Mixed Team Championships as well.
Unfortunate here at the Irish Open this year to lose in 3 to the number 1 seeds. They've had a couple of close encounters in the last few Irish Opens, losing out I think on 2 occasions to German pairings in 3 sets.
And now if we look at the stats, Josh McGee and M.RYAN, Joshua, one of the oldest here on court, 30 years of age, playing with Moya, 26. Of course, ranked #1 in Ireland at the minute, and 3 national titles so far together at partnership, and they'll be looking to make that a 4th today. On the other side of the court, we have Rachel Woods and we have Ryan Stewart, aged 29 and 23, ranked 11 and 17 in Ireland. Again, not so many big tournaments together, so that's why the ranking is what it is. No national titles in mixed, although Rachel has her first title in doubles earlier today.
On my right, J.MAGEE
Traditionally,
and
we would have
M.RYAN.
been used to seeing Rachel at our age level playing with Adam McAllister, reaching
on my
the
left,
quarterfinal of
Ryan
European
Stewart
Championships
and
together in the
Rachel
past,
Woods.
at the under-19 in Estonia. And
Rachel
Ryan
Woods is there
would
to
have won a lot of
J.MAGEE.
mixed titles along with
Lotto.
Katie Smith, who's another
Play.
very talented mixed doubles player from up in Alpha.
Service over.
2 very good
1
mixed players
love.
and played extremely well this weekend to reach the final.
Fault. Service over. 1-0.
Service fault called.
Fault. Service over.
Nice little delay push from Moya there
2-1.
onto the net. And again, she's going to try and avoid playing through the racket of Rachel, who did a great job in the ladies' doubles to own that front court.
Rachel and Paige both doing very, very well at the front of the court. Now, a relentless attack from the two of them in the ladies' doubles.
Service over. 2-3.
Good control from Josh in the midcourt there, and easy chance for Moya, just snatching a little bit at it earlier on here in the match. Nice little probe down that time. Off
Service
the flick,
over.
and more control, more composure, just a bit
4-2.
past her. So 4-2 to Josh
You ready?
and Moya. Brilliant by Rachel.
Service over.
Like earlier what we saw, she just hangs in the middle, waits for that flat one to come across, and then nice and early makes an intercept. So 3-4. Again,
4-0.
Just mistiming that maybe.
yeah, Josh probing down the line, and Rachel in that crouch position making a good intercept. Oh, just too high that serve from Ryan.
Service over. 5-4.
So evenly balanced here in the first 9 points. Clever shot by Josh.
Well placed.
6.
Good, really
4.
good opening shot from Ryan. But after he played the midcourt, he tried to retreat instead of just holding her position. Good power again.
Service over. 5-6. Service over.
That time,
7-5.
Better return of serve, where rather than trying to push through Rachel's rack, she just pushed it in front of her, making her do something with the shuttle. Good flick. That last one, Josh taking no chances. It was quite close at the side, but safer to take it when you're that high on the shuttle.
Didn't want to regret letting it drop.
So just a little 3-point concussion here for Moya and Josh at 8-5. Oh, flat serve. Ryan not ready.
9-5.
It's just Moya showing her experience. Yeah, Josh choosing in the midcourt to lay off the first one. Got the short lift from Ryan, and then he was able to finish. Oh, no, a really
Service
good serve
over.
from Moya, and Ryan just finding
6-10.
that nice gap down into the middle.
Lovely return.
Yeah, very talented player. Ryan, very good hands, and again, big power as well. So, dangerous mixed player.
Irish Under-19 Open titles with Keity Smith.
Service over.
Yeah, they have a good partnership together, and they win a number of senior domestic tournaments together. So very very skillful mixed player, and has played a lot of mixed and been in a lot of mixed finals, so he's got that experience. Likewise with Rachel, she played very well with Adam McAllister. We were lucky enough to be with them in Estonia when they had that good run and beat the #4 seed from Holland a lot to the Polish pairing, and it was only 22-20 to 21-17. I remember the game very well. So Rachel has great ability to play singles, doubles, mixed. Ryan, I would say, traditionally more doubles and mixed, and he has a big power, but he also has really good hands to turn the shuttle. And Katie complemented him with the way she played the front court. So, but it's worked really well for them in this new partnership with Rachel again finding that front court cutting out, and Ryan doing the work from the midcourt and the rear, and starting to get more familiar with each other because it's only their first season playing together. Moya and Josh, of course, now played internationally for a long time and have reached the quarterfinal of European Games and have a lot of experience. So it's a tough partnership for
Service over.
Ryan and Rachel to come up against because they're so tight.
3 international finals last year, 3 silver medals for Moya and Josh. There was great excitement. My school in which I teach, Moya visited just before the Christmas break and brought in her medals, and there was great excitement amongst the girls.
That's what we talked about earlier. Ryan, he has the ability to push long into the quarter, but he has a quick change of hand as well. For someone that tall with that amount of power, it's a great attribute that he has. He has the skill, and he can turn, he can fade, and he can mix up the pace. And something you really need at the top of the end these days. Yeah, good
15-8,
and then being able to find the fade onto the net. Josh using his power then to head through, so 7-point lead here, and Josh and Moya looking to pair in control at the minute.
Josh is still such an explosive player.
16-8.
Yeah, he has a number of doubles titles, but he also has a number of singles finals at national level, so very versatile player himself, but
service over.
Singles foundation
9-16.
Really good core coverage. So he can run down a lot of shuttles, but then he also has the forearm strength to compete for the top level doubles and mixed.
Nice stick. As
service over.
17-9. To get the angle and to get them back on the attack.
They're
18-9.
really taking their positions very well. Moya's really in the front of the court, a lot higher in the mixed tier than what she was in the doubles earlier. And Josh has squeezed up and behind, and very little space for Ryan and Rachel to play into. But that's a good shot for Ryan instead of trying to push through Moya and Josh.
18.
Finding the turn and finding the gap. So 10-18 here.
Service over. 19-10.
Josh just getting her down below level net, but Rachel trying to do the right thing, take the net, get them back on attack. Great move by Moya, but equally good in the
service over. 11-19.
Yeah, simple
service over.
Hard onto the body from Josh and Moya, making sure that she's ready on her side.
11.
So, game point. Just reaching the 10th minute of play. Quite a fast opening game, but Moya and Josh looking in control here so far.
First game
Short
won
rallies,
by
good quality rallies,
J.MAGEE
I'd say.
and Moya Ryan.
Good quality from the 4 players.
Yeah, the big difference here from when Moya and Rachel faced each other last Moya's much higher on the court, and she's playing in front of Rachel. Where if you've seen in the women's doubles, when she was later on the shuttle and she was pushing in upward direction, Rachel was cutting out and making intercepts, and it was quite easy to find the shuttle. Where now she has to play in an upward direction, and when she's doing that, Josh in the midcourt is just too physical and too strong in that area. Ryan's done a good job trying to find the gaps by making the turns from the midcourt on the forehand and on the backhand side, and he's going to need to do that more rather than try and play the flat play. So here we are. Our last final of the day.
We've had great numbers watching on the online stream. All day
Second
for all
game.
our finals.
Level play.
There's a great community in Irish badminton, I think, at the moment.
Service over.
Huge support for all the events.
1-love.
Yeah, fantastic. Now the people that can't make it out here to support have the opportunity to turn on their TV at home and watch these finals. Great angle by Ryan.
2-love. Change.
He's got great height and great range, and in these recent years he moves around the court very well. I know he does a lot of running outside of Badminton, and that is really stood to him as he moves around the court so much well, can cover the court a lot better than what we've seen sometimes in the past, but it's that height and that strength that he has is the big feature, and the reach. So if he can keep being early on that mid-court, he can make this game very interesting. Just like that. And Rachel set him up really well there, just controlled that front court.
5-love lead here.
Rachel humped in the front court. Again.
6-love.
Just going on a run of serves. Maggie and Ryan on that mid-court.
Fault, yep. 7-love. Service over. 1-7.
Yeah, pressing hard onto the chest of Ryan, hoping to get that lift, just to break that run of points. Then he get there again. So
service over.
From this side of the court.
8-1.
Very interesting match now as the guys taking 8-1 lead. Scrappy this rally.
A lot of
service
missing.
over. 2-8.
Not sure what happened there. Ryan actually made a really good move.
Yeah.
I don't know if it hit neck cord or what, but it just caused him a little bit of indecision just as he was about to play the shot. But he did make a really good move onto the forecourt there. Nice flick again from Moya. And a lot of energy into that rally.
4-8.
Good engine just to keep working, just keep hitting it down, and Moya on a really good run of serves.
5-8.
And this is something Moya does very, very well when she gets, her serve is generally very steady, can go on a run of points from a serve.
Paul.
Just finding
6,
that feed
8.
through. Yeah, that just touched Rachel's racket on the way through. So 8-1 to 6-8.
Service over.
Good hands from Ryan.
9-6.
That just little shot that he played at the start tempted both Moya and Josh to go to it, created that space.
Service over.
Service error from Rachel.
7-9.
Game's very much back on again at 7-9 here. Rachel again finding the shuttle very well.
8-9.
Front of the court, just unfortunate there not to make the winner. Josh and Moya have to be careful of playing through her racket. Moya's so active there, my brother. I think Ryan.
Correction. In.
I think Ryan expected
9-all.
Rachel to take that one that went over the top. Left it hang a little bit, but 9-9.
Service over. 10-9.
A bit of an encore there to tumble it over.
So Ryan and Rachel potentially taking the lead here at the interval. Yeah, there they are, 11-9.
11-9. Interval.
Yeah, so very much very fast start from Ryan and Rachel. Rachel went on a really good run of serves, and Ryan was extremely active in the mid-court, and again not getting carried away with the drives or hitting too firm, turning the shuttle, making Moya get down below level of net, and then Rachel hunting on the front court. And then we saw on the flip side Moya then taking back control of the front court with those good quality serves, and Joshua getting his energy
Court
and
20 seconds.
controlling the mid-court and
Court
getting the attack
20
back.
seconds.
So it's left the match very evenly hinged here at 11-9. I feel that at this point of the game, Ryan and
11-9.
need to just take 3 more points to apply that pressure on Josh and Moya, because they're starting to get into a run here. By Rachel, great intercept. Oh, some great stuff in that rally. That intercept from Rachel was fantastic, and then Josh's reaction at point blank range just to get it over the top of her, equally just as good. So Moya was clever at the end just to feed the shuttle to take the pace out.
Thank you.
But a good opening rally after the interval there, and it's 10-11 with Moya on serve.
Yeah. 11-all.
That was the one we saw before that Ryan played so well, cross. I'm not sure. I think this, as he was playing it, he looked up and saw that Moya was actually ready to cover it, so just created a little bit of indecision for him.
Read it well. It was unfortunate not to be able to get it in there.
Yeah, Moya put a good bit of pace on the drive, and Ryan wasn't able to get just quite behind it enough.
13-11.
Just started to lose their way a little bit now in the game, now that Moya and Josh have closed down this game. Good rally. Oh, what a rally.
Wow.
Service over. 12-13.
Here.
Service over. 14-12.
Low level return from Josh. Ryan again, not just finding those cross turns as well as he did at the start of this game. And that one was a little high. Good recovery from Rachel.
Yeah.
Clever from Moya, just to mix it up. Again, that happened earlier on where you saw Rachel made that move forward and Ryan was expecting her to hold the cross. But I think she's right to come in, but just with Josh's forehand strength, he can go back over the top.
I think he spotted her come and he just...
Service over. 13-15.
Josh maybe spotted her coming in and just decided to let the pace on it.
Service over.
Yeah, just
16-13.
Go hard on the body because Josh has used the turn a few times and then turned onto his forehand, just not ready with the racket. Good move by Ryan again, just really unlucky not to find the line. He saw that soft change of pace from Josh and was early on it.
Service over.
Line, yeah.
14-17.
Yeah, now it looked just wide from her angle.
Yeah. Spotted the gap well though there, Josh.
Yeah, same one where Rachel was coming forward.
15-17.
Rachel ducking for cover, but it didn't make it over the net. Great interception. Rachel flicked and played for that shot, so... that time
Service over.
Pace from Josh. Ryan expecting the and didn't have no speed to work with.
15.
I think this is very similar to last year's. I think this may have been a similar semi-final last year. The opening set and the tighter second set.
Go on.
Yeah, good change of pace from
19-15.
I think the line judge there, correct. Just need to catch the line.
So 19-15. Moya and Josh 2 points away from retaining their title.
Yeah, go on.
Good interception from Moya. Good rally this.
Controlled.
Yeah, good over the top from Ryan. Really
Service
clever
over.
there. Just held it to the last second.
16-19.
So Rachel and Ryan still fighting hard here. 16-19. And you know, if you get 1-2 points here, it applies that pressure.
You also, Brian. Yep.
Only thing standing in Josh and Moya's favour is that they win that opening game, so that adds a little bit of pressure as well when you're set. It's big points, and just like that,
Service over.
Can call the snatch at the
20.
shuttle.
Match point. 16.
So Josh and Moya on the verge here of retaining their title, 2016.
Service
Good
over.
return from Ryan. Just got up below level and that made Moya do something with the shuttle. She tried to do the right thing. Brave. Just play back in the net. Big set for Rachel here. Oh, Josh was very lucky to get away with that.
But a very, very brave performance from Rachel and Ryan. Really put it up to them there in that second set.
Yeah, 8-1, 8-2 lead. Played really well throughout this tournament. They had some great wins, especially the first round win over Adam and Sarah. That was a really close match. And even the other 2 rounds they played, both 3 games, but they fought hard and they figured out ways of winning the matches the whole way through. Josh and Moya have just looked rock solid throughout the tournament. They had that little lapse there at the start of the second game, but deserved winners here again without dropping a game throughout the whole tournament. So another title for Josh and Moya, and a great effort there for Ryan and his national final, and Rachel following on from her earlier win in the mixed doubles. So we'll be handing over to Conor Doherty shortly for the last interview of the day with the mixed doubles winners. But it's been a pleasure providing the commentary here for you. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll be handing over now to Conor just as the guys come for their final interview. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
So I'm here with our mixed doubles nationals champions for the 4th time in a row, J.MAGEE and M.RYAN. Josh, brilliant game today. You guys performed excellently. Talk me through how you felt it went.
Yeah, we played really well at the start. Started fast. Had won the first game with pretty clinical. Second set started pretty slow. We made a few too many mistakes at the start, but then we pulled it back and we were very consistent towards the end. Then again to come back from like 7-0 down or something like that. So it was good that we were able to pull together again and be consistent in the second.
And then Moya, both of you had very difficult finals. Talk to me about what you guys had to do to make sure that that wasn't going to impact maybe your mixed doubles final today.
Yeah, I think we both obviously have played a lot of games this week, and probably we're both disappointed with the results of our doubles finals, but I think we both took a few minutes together before we started to warm up and kind of just spoke about that. We knew coming into this our aim was to win the mixed title again, so it's just about kind of parking that for the minute and preparing yourself as you would prepare for any other game. So yeah, I think we did that pretty well, and we were both very motivated to come out and start strong in the mixed final.
Yeah, and then looking forward, you guys have got a busy rest of the calendar year. I know next couple of weeks you mightn't have it, but talk us through about how people can follow you guys over the next month or so.
Well, everything's streamed on either Badminton Europe or BWF, so you can follow us on that, and Badminton Ireland keep you updated with results and where to watch it. We'll be playing in March in Portugal. We're on the reserve list for German Open, but I think our main focus will be on Portugal, then Polish, and then we'll see how the tournaments go then. But the main focus for us is train hard and prepare for Europeans. But those will be the tournaments as we go, see how our performances are going, see what our level's at, what we need to work on, and then we just train hard, get our heads down, work hard, and prepare for Europeans.
Well, congratulations once again, guys, and thank you very much for watching at home, and we hope to see you soon.
Thank you, Connor.